So annoying.
Hello, everybody.
I don't even remember plugging it in. I didn't even use my laptop charger.
Uh,
Mm.
Did did you lose? Did you forget your charger?
Yeah, I must have put it. Yeah, it must be at work. I've just been out to my car. I've checked the other three rooms of the house. It's not. I ain't got it.
Just in tricky volume.
He's not got it. I must. I must have defaulted when I went to school the other day and just automatically, like I do every morning, plug my laptop charger in, even though I didn't use it. I think I just autopiloted.
Yeah, probably.
Unfortunate.
We are
It's just
creatures of
annoying
habit.
because now I have to just drive to work tomorrow just to go pick that up.
You know,
Seeing how Trinky's day has been going, but how has Trinky's month been?
Um, well, Trinky's been on summer break this month. So Trinky has been very lazy and loved it. Um, I have no major developments this month. I don't think. My pumpkins. I have two pumpkins.
You were
They're
telling us
growing.
about your
The
your
IVF
pumpkin breeding.
worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the IVF has worked. I have one white pumpkin and one green pumpkin. The problem is the green pumpkin I didn't pollinate. It got self pollinated, but this green pumpkin is in the top of a tree that I can't reach.
Ah,
So don't know how I'm gonna look after that one.
I'd say get
Um,
your dad to do it with his janky
yeah,
ladder skills.
it's not in our house. It's not in our garden.
Just
It's growing outside of our garden.
That's fine. Just let it do its thing.
Yeah, for some reason, my pumpkin, instead of growing on the floor like a normal fruit, has grown up through the tree. It's grown out 14 foot of the garden one direction through the rest of the trees, and it's gone up in a different direction. It's climbed another 8 or 9 foot in a different direction out of top of another tree. And it's starting to get to the point where I might have to go knock on the neighbours' doors and be like, I'm really sorry, but my pumpkin has taken to the skies and it's growing in towards your garden trees. Can you please leave my pumpkin alone?
excuse me.
Um, so my pumpkin's just doing what it's doing. That's cool.
It's for the birds now.
Oh wow.
The bird
Yeah.
pumpkin.
That one's in a
I
tree. If it gets too heavy, it will just snap off and die. But I've got the little white ones in my garden. I'm assuming it will turn orange. It's just a baby, so it's white at the minute. And then I hand pollinated
it's
another
gonna be
one.
spiced.
Not sure if it's gonna grow or not.
Is that how you grew,
Um,
Snoo? Did you start out white and became orange? Snoo, you're talking,
yes.
but we can't hear you.
wow, 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 wow. Yes, I could show Trinky the picture of baby Snoo.
If you want, I'm not gonna put that one up though.
No, it's
Um,
it's a
I
it's literally a drawing.
Oh,
I so yeah, that's the biggest thing I've got going on. It's just my vegetables. Um, I'll go back to work
pumpkin.
on Tuesday. That's pretty shit. I'm sorry, having 6 weeks off and then having to go back to work. Do you know what? I was ranting about this the other day. This is the peak of it, right? It's PD day, so it's teacher training days, 2 full days of it. And do you know what we do? It's your first day back. You've woken up early because let's be honest, no one's waking up at school hours when they're not at school. So we've all woken up earlier than we'd like to have. So we're all going in. We're going to have some coffee because needed. And then we sit there and we sit there for 8 hours whilst we get spoken at about things. And you're sitting there and now you're in a dilemma because you're tired and you're being spoken at and you need to pay attention. So part of your brain is going, I need more coffee. And then the other part of you's going, if I have another cup of coffee, I'm going to be bouncing out my fucking chair. And then you're like, I don't know which one I want to do. And you sit there and you get spoken at about how we need to manage things for children, we need to break it into small learning chunks, etc., etc. Whilst, by the way, we're being spoken at for 8 hours and nothing's being broken down into small chunks. You're being lectured at. It's disgusting. It's eight hours
Lead
of
by
your day,
example.
2 days in a row, right? It's pretty crap. And then do you know what happens? And this is the bit that triggers me. I've sat there for nearly 16 hours at this point being spoken at about things. And you know what they get to at the end? They go, we'll email you all the PowerPoint slides. You're telling me the last 16 hours of my life could have been emailed to me as PowerPoint slides 2 days ago. But I still have to sit there and I have to look for 16 hours and then I get emailed the PowerPoint slides and it happens every single year and it makes me sad.
I
I
don't
thought
like
you
it.
were going to say, "Oh yeah, we're not paying you for this."
Nope. I get we're just going to send you all the PowerPoint slides anyway.
All I
Like,
could imagine with all of
thanks.
that was just for some reason Snoo being in your position and just like them being just dead tired, sitting there in the lecture, just falling asleep, and then having a panic attack.
I am the
Here's the
person.
I would be sitting there and I'd just be like, this is the dumbest shit known to man. You guys know this, right? And then I'd get
I
fired.
don't know how my department have done it, right? I don't know how we cracked this, but everyone has like their spaces, right, in the hall. So you're in like rows from the front to the back, and it's very department clicky. Like we all get along, but you sit with your department during the lectures. It's kind of like the long and short of it.
Yeah.
How my department, how we have scrounged the back row, the very back row, away from everyone, is beyond me. But you best know that we're like little gossip gremlins sitting there, like commentating on
Right, right.
everything that's going on at the front. Like my row, like it was so bad. Like last year, I was getting secondhand embarrassment because I was trying not to pay attention to what was happening. I was trying to focus, and then two other girls next to me were whispering, but clearly weren't whispering. It was just like full on talking, and people kept turning around and looking at them. And I was like next to them, and I was like, "Please don't think I'm a part of this. Please don't think I'm a part of this." And they were getting like death stares, and I was just like sipping on my coffee, being like, "I'm not involved. I'm not involved." And I
Yeah,
was like,
I'm not talking.
literally, I was like, "I'm
I'm
not talking. It's them. It's them. It's them." And I was so embarrassed. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again.
Angel's performing a magic trick. I see they're being like, "Yay, phone time under my desk! Gonna turn this break into a 5-hour, or turn this lecture into a 5-hour piss."
I wish I could sit there on my phone. My favorite thing, right, is when they every now and then they do like one of those quizzes where you like join the room and you can choose your name. And I always set mine to somebody else's name in the room, and no one knows who it is. And then more often than not, I win. And then the person whose name it is like, "But I didn't win." And I'm just sitting there like, "I won
well,
on
they're
your
not,
behalf."
what are they? Kazoo quizzes?
Yeah, that was.
I forget. I forget what they're
It's-
called. Yeah, we were doing that. We used to do them at my old place.
Yeah, I can't
Like we'd
remember what
have
it's called. Yeah, but Kahoot. Yeah,
Kahoot.
Kahoot.
Kahoot. Yeah, that's
Kahoot.
it.
Love Kahoots. So yeah, and I just set my name as like other people, or I like I'll merge two people's names and I'll call myself like Team blah blah blah, and like no one obviously knows that it's me, but more often than not I win and I just like stir the pot. And it's quite funny, and no one can trace it back to me. It's like I just love to be the
The evil
gremlin.
mastermind.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how you gremlin. You're not gossiping during a 16-hour lecture. You're just.
I mean, I do the gossip, but I also
You wait.
I'm
You
also
say
my
it for an
problem is
appropriate time.
my face is so expressive on these days because I have like no filter. And so like someone at the front will say something about a new policy they're introducing, and I'll like scrunch my face up, being like, "What the fuck?" And they'll just look at me, and I know they've acknowledged my scrunched up face, and I have to try and like unscrunch it without
Acknowledge your
making it obvious.
scrunchies.
I'm just like, yeah.
Don't acknowledge my
That's-
scrunchies.
That is the worst thing about in-person meetings is you can't scrunch your face. Terrible ideas coming from management. Or whenever
Literally.
if you're in a meeting and you've got your face cam on, you have to remain neutral. It's so difficult.
Yeah. This is the thing, and we're just sat in this giant room full of people, and my face is talking, and I'm not. And I'm just like, I know the person at the front is definitely just seeing me like grimace or whatever it is that they've just suggested.
Just saw in chat Shin saying as I entered a pub quiz solo as Team Genghis Khan and answered every question in advance with Genghis Khan. Scored 0 points.
Tragic.
We'll go back to pumpkins very quickly. I saw
Yeah.
I think it was this month. I think it was last month. But I saw a post about someone who had who goes around with pumpkin seeds in their pockets and just plants them or throws them into people's gardens.
I love
Lol.
it.
Um,
That's the kind of
turns
like gremlin energy I like. Oh, I mean, let's remember the only reason I have my pumpkin is because a bird shot a seed into the pot. I didn't actually plant it.
I thought it was this person until I read. Oh wait, no, they're in America somewhere.
Ah, the Johnny Appleseed, but it's a Johnny Pumpkin seed now.
Yep, I love it. Do it. There are worse things in life.
Our month has been on fire. Literally, unfortunately.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had we were in the area where those massive wildfires were over in our part of the country, and more and more were sprouting out throughout this entire time. And while that was happening, it was later discovered it was arson. It wasn't just regular arson though. No, serial arson from multiple arsonists who I think have now finally been all arrested, as I understand.
I think
But
so.
but like they were intentionally like setting fires for like serial killer psychopath shit because at first they were denying it, but then it was like, no, yeah, I was doing it because when things burn, they're reborn into something beautiful. You know, like
Oh,
a
okay.
yeah, like
see.
a regular person.
Mhm.
And
True pyro.
uh-huh. And the first one who was caught, the big one, I suppose, had a rap sheet from all the way down on the complete opposite side of the country for killing their father. So
Wonderful.
oh yeah, definitely the kind of person who would be setting fires to place to reborn America through flame.
Yeah.
And so the smoke over here for this entire month, up until recently, has been
Real
awful.
bad.
So awful, in fact, that we had to cancel our camping trip plans, which was a real fucking bummer. I'm still really upset about that because I was really looking forward to it, but it might have turned out for the best because as a personal thing from here, and I may be ruining any opportunities to work with them in the future, but that's fine. I don't care about that. Fuck Walmart. Just fuck Walmart.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Everything we purchased from there spoiled within a day.
Mhm. If we had gone
Everything.
camping with that fucking
Jesus.
produce, we would have been fucked.
I also
I
used to
know.
work at Walmart. To continue my fuck Walmart, I'm just gonna share a work story. I've shared it before, but it's one of my favorite to share because it's funny in hindsight. I was about to like break down crying the day that everything was happening. I used to be a stock shelfer for Walmart. I did it for the holiday season many years ago, and for one, they stiffed me on continuing my job because while I was a holiday representative, they pulled me aside to say, we really like your work, Mox. We appreciate your work ethic, and we're actually thinking about offering you a position to be longer than this. Is that okay? Are you all right with that? I was like, yeah, cool. I filled out some papers, signed documents. Never scheduled me again. Never again. And I kind of needed that. It's one of the reasons why I lost my fucking first department, but that's a whole other thing. The big thing it's the holiday season, so stocking shelves in a very crowded, very busy Walmart was a bit rough. I have a personal vendetta against like fruit packets and stuff like that, like the things that have like jellied peaches and stuff, in the
Yep.
like the plastic cups. I hate those things. Not because they're terrible, because I don't think they're honestly that bad. It's that at least in Walmart, they are stacked so tightly fucking packed and they are on the bottom and top shelves for some fucking reason. And you have to wear dress clothes. Dress clothes are somewhat comfortable, but they are not the most durable fucking things, all right? So, as a shelf packer, having to duck down and stand up and duck down, I was really taxing the clothes I was wearing. And unfortunately, on this particular October day, my fucking pants tore. All right, down over in the crotch seam area. And it's like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck. And there I am, early 20s, broke as a joke, living paycheck to paycheck. I couldn't just afford to go and buy another pair of slacks or anything. And I lived in another city. I was using the bus to commute. So it wasn't like I could just go home. So I approached my manager like, hey, I've had an accident, as you can see here. Is it all right if I just like take one of the pants from the shelves or something like that and just take it out of my like paycheck or something? Because I really don't think I can work like this. And they're like, no, it's okay. I have an idea. So they run over to their little office table and they come back with a roll of packing tape. And they take the packing tape and they wrap it around my leg and they wrap over to try and seal it. What they have actually done is they've made a packing tape cast for me. So I can no longer bend my right leg. I'm walking like I've got a peg leg, and it has not only done nothing to hide the hole, it's actually made it bigger, and because it's clear packing tape, everyone can see my gooch, my thighs, everything. And so I am limping through the Walmart aisles, stacking shelves and things, and people are looking at me like, what? Like, I must look like the most deranged Walmart employee they've ever seen, and I am on the verge of breaking down because I'm embarrassed, I'm mortified, and my manager is forcing me to do this, so there's fucking nothing else I can do. Fuck Walmart! I
have no words.
I had a similar experience at another grocery store that I worked at, except they handled it much better. They also didn't let me get a new pair of pants for that one, but what they did was they took a bunch of these like it was like some kind of thing that they use for like the apparel stuff, and basically just like stapled my pants close and went, oh yeah, no, that works. Completely fine. I was completely happy with that. It was a little awkward, but it was
security tabs?
yeah, they used those basically to go and staple my pants closed. Worked just fine. I didn't have really an issue with that. Fucking Walmart,
Yeah,
man.
'cause it's not packing tape that has your gooch exposed.
Sorry, that's
And
crazy.
And I mean, clear packing tape as well.
Clear.
I thought you were gonna say I was wearing black pants and they used brown packing tape.
No, clear packing tape that just exposed everything to the fucking world. It was so fantastic and wonderful. There were people who legitimately approached me that day being like, are you okay? Are you doing all right? And it's just like, don't talk to me, I'm about to cry.
It's
like,
not funny, but it's so funny.
I would be like, yeah, this is my manager's idea. Go take it up with them.
No, I love telling that story because people don't believe me that it happened. It really did happen.
Oh,
mortifying.
There is no
totally
doubt in my
believe it.
mind that you're telling the truth.
Mortifying. But anywho, so fuck Walmart because like the day we decided that we weren't going to be going on the camping trip, we had a couple stipulations about things that would cause us to stop. The air quality was in toxic levels, and we were like, we can't do this. I was dying of sickness.
So it becomes like it had been sitting around like 90 or 100, which is like yellow or orange. The day before we would have left, it was purple at like 200, which is like hazardous to fucking everybody. Don't go outside is what the is what the like weather app was saying. Is like just don't go outside. Stay inside. So, no. Not camping in that.
Which is valid.
And then the day after, if we had gone, the air cleared up immediately.
We were so pissed.
We were fucking pissed.
Our friends who went camping did tell us that on their way out there they were having to go through and they were seeing it like the dark toxic clouds and they're like, I don't know about this one. And as soon as they entered the area they were camping, blue clear skies. Everything was fine.
Yep.
But like everything we got basically went bad immediately. We tried to use a bunch of our camping stuff like that because, well, we can't let it go to waste. And we got excess things because we were going to be camping with a bunch of people and we were responsible for not only some of our stuff, but also at least 1 or 2 like meals for everybody. So we had this giant thing of potatoes and onions, and we had this whole thing for making a cowboy breakfast, which is like a fried thing of potatoes and cheese and eggs and ham cubes and all sorts of things. Bell peppers, onion, the whole 9 yards. It's a great thing in a skillet. Very fucking tasty. If we take the ham out of it, I think even Tricky would enjoy it.
Thanks.
That was like day 2 after not camping. The entire 10-pound bag of potatoes was moldy. All of the peppers were moldy. It was devastating. By the way, Mock's volume is louder than everybody else. There. Turn myself down.
Blah, 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 blah.
So that was awesome. And then we have all of these camping supplies that our family was kind enough to help us procure, which we couldn't use, and they're currently still sitting in our garage right now.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're expected to hold on to them. One of the things they gave us is a massive fuck all tent. And when I say massive fuck all tent, I mean this tent has a screened deck in the front of it.
Nice.
Like, why does this exist? Who needs a tent this big? Where did they find this? It's massive, apparently. So that's a whole bunch of stuff that we'll have to figure out what to do. Spent a lot of the time just kind of lounging. Snoo took a lot of the free time we had available to us to stream a bunch, which they seem to have
Yeah.
had a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
It was a little chaotic here and there, but all in good fun, I
got the
promise.
work done.
You got a lot of work done. I spent some of the time being somewhat responsible and watching my recommendations that I had to do. And by that, I mean, I got halfway through Cardfight and One Piece and watched a pirate movie within
Really?
that immediate bit.
Nice. That's impressive from you.
I mean, I
Nice.
had a lot of time. Hi, Lily. Let me think. I have no access to my PlayStation right now because of the PlayStation blackout that's going on. There's a whole boycott on Sony right now because of their no more physical media thing. I'm participating in that. So,
Did you see what Xbox came out with?
no.
Oh, the Xbox woman, the head of Xbox announced that the Xbox are going to be encouraging physical media, and they're going to be doing like a whole new thing around it.
I
I think this was something they've been planning for a while.
Yeah, but it's just but there's a lot of it circulating because
It's an
obviously of
easy
the whole
win.
Sony blackout thing, and everyone's like, "This is great."
I mean, that's an easy win for any company. Just be like, we're going to support
Mhm.
physical media. Just easy thing, easy
I
publicity.
mean,
You
she
could be
said the
lying.
whole plot. She was like, "This is how it's gonna look. This is what it's gonna do. This is how." Like, she was so like, "This is
It's-
everything about it."
I think it's coming out next month as well. It's like the next major update.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I know that
I mean,
I keep doing this. I know that the new CEO of like Xbox. I don't know. I think it's just Xbox. I don't think she's like the CEO of like whole Microsoft. But she's been
no,
doing
she's
like
Xbox.
yeah, she's been doing good work on trying to like fix and improve things. Are you okay?
Yawn.
Ah, I see.
I had a big stretch and I yawned.
Yeah, you looked like it. So I've had to get my Xbox hooked up and everything sort of fitted with that, which I haven't turned on my Xbox in almost 2 years. I had 4 gigabytes worth of updates on stuff.
Oh, God.
So what I at least know, so I know there was a lot of trepidation around her joining the Xbox team because her role prior was the lead on their AI development.
That's wild.
But yeah, no, she's done a lot of good for Xbox.
From what it seems.
So what it is with this feature is when you put your physical disc in, they will give you a digital license for the game so you don't have to put your physical disc back in the console.
Oh,
And that follows you for your accounts.
that's crazy.
So if you go from one Xbox to a different Xbox, you still have access to that game.
Unless, isn't the caveat, unless you then put the CD in on somebody else's?
Yes. So
Yeah.
you can still trade your old physical media to get a different game. Same with you could lend it to a friend and they just issue a new license to the next console it's gone in. You then lose access to it, obviously, because you now no longer have the physical media. But yeah, it's. I mean, obviously, if you would lend it to a friend or to a family member, and they're not on a family plan or anything like that, then yeah, you just put it back in yours, and you get it back, and you can play it again. Not only is it between Xboxes, but it's cross. These keys are cross-platform.
Whoa.
So if you own a key on your Xbox and you go to your PC has that key.
So I'm guessing
crazy.
specifically PC and not like we're talking like the Steam front.
No, I
It
assume
won't be
has to
Steam front.
through
It'll be
Yeah, that makes
it'll be
sense.
Yeah.
The like Xbox app
on
thing.
Windows.
Yeah.
I think if you push Windows K, is it Windows K or Windows G?
I'm not doing that shit while I'm on doing a stream.
Windows G brings up the
Windows G,
the
yeah.
gaming hub.
Yeah.
I believe
So it's
that,
kind of like through there.
but I'm not gonna touch that while I'm doing this. I don't
No,
wanna
that's fair.
I don't
But
wanna
yeah,
risk
it
fucking
would
with
be the Windows Store and everything like that. But yeah, like just cross platforms, cross saves, and everything. It's fantastic.
I wish I
It's
had.
a huge win for Xbox, and they've been needing one for a while.
Yes, they have. I'm
Yeah,
actually
it's a
kind
big
of
win for Xbox.
looking forward to using more Xbox stuff, just because like I don't dislike it. I think that just the way things are going, that I'm more inclined to go ahead with it. I have built up a library for Sony. I have
Yeah.
only a handful of things on my Xbox right now, and those are some wild things. I have a copy of Sea of Thieves, which the only reason I have that copy is because that's the copy Snoo was playing when we played Sea of Thieves all those years ago.
Yeah.
I have a copy of Hard Corps, which is
Fantastic game.
the prequel game to Contra Hard Corps, probably my favorite Contra game and one of my favorites of all time. I have a copy of Elden Ring, and that's it. That's my entire Xbox library. So I think when I get paid, I might actually splurge over there for the Game Pass, so just so that I'll have a library of something to play, and then just try and build stuff up. I have a single Xbox 360 game, but it's one of the few ones that doesn't have backwards compatibility for some fucking reason, and that's the sequel to Condemned 2, or I guess it is Condemned 2, the sequel to Condemned.
No, it's not true. I can see 3 of your Xbox 360 games. I see Mass Effect 2, I see Dark Souls, and I see Alan Wake.
Okay. If we're going to be going through my fucking laundry, I guess we can go through that. Though I will say, I'm pretty sure Mass Effect 2 is just the case. I don't think I actually have the physical game in there. Alan Wake is abso-fucking-lutely in there, and I don't know if that Dark Souls disc actually works. That Dark Souls disc that's an original copy of Dark Souls, and that thing's been through the fucking ringer.
I have a shelf of my 360 games here.
Oh, hold on, let me take a look.
That is not all of my 360 games. I think, in my cupboard out there, 2 crates worth of 360 games.
That's insane.
I don't like trading things in. I regret it as soon as I do, because I'm like, I now want to play the game I just traded in.
I don't want to trade in shit, because like even a bad experience is something I like to hold on to, because you never know when something's going to come back. There are a bunch of games that I know are awful that I would like to be able to play again, just because like I really enjoy them. Pretty much the entire Drakengard series is a game series that I can tell you if you are a regular person, you will not enjoy these games. If you are a freak like me, you might enjoy these games.
Do you remember yesterday we were just I was discussing about Xbox games that I had that were bad experiences.
Are we the same? Kind of
I
freak?
never
Oh.
said I never said them.
Angel's asking if we're the same kind of freak. I don't think we're the same kind of freak.
So I kind of got the names kind of fused together. There were two games. There was a game called Vampire Rain.
Vampire Rain. Okay. Isn't that the
Yeah.
one with like the green looking vampire dude on the front?
I think so, yeah.
You
It
kind of
was
like
not
going,
good.
ah.
Yeah. And the other one was a game called Bullet Witch.
Oh, I know Bullet Witch because my college friend was obsessed with Bullet Witch and Wet.
Wet, yeah, I can see that. Bullet Witch, it wasn't bad. It kind of was a little clunky. Vampire Rain was worse.
Snoo, how was your month? just stares cutely into the camera and goes, ah.
I was doing a monotone scream, but it didn't pick it up.
No, it did
No,
not.
just,
It
like,
just
laugh
you're
that
just
out, yeah.
exactly. He just one eye definitely almost closed, one eye open, stared at the camera, and then went. Ah.
It was a month. Like, I got work done, but you know, I basically was just living day to day. I'm gonna warn you guys right now. I didn't do shit for the recommendations. I got
no.
nothing done.
Nothing. I
Oh,
can
no.
attest to this. No, you watched that Pirates of the Caribbean movie with me.
Okay, I got 25%.
How about Roundsy?
I mean, again, it's been a month. I managed to get the stuff done. But yeah, you know, it's another month of unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's been rough. I've basically been sitting, waiting to see if I can either get an email or a call back from a company that I would actually like to work for. But no, hasn't happened.
Here's a hoping, friend.
Yeah.
So before we get into other shenanigans and stuff like that, did anybody this month, because I think it was mentioned that we might check it out in between things. If not, this will be the last time I probably talk about it. Did anybody check out
God
Gone in
damn it.
60 Seconds?
No.
You know, I sat there and thought there was something else
Yep,
to
yep,
My
yep.
watch.
God, how did I forget again?
It's fine.
You know what
it's
I'm
fine.
gonna you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna load up YouTube right now. I'm gonna search it. Gonna open up a new
Okay.
tab and watch.
I'll give it one more month on this. It's really not. It's lost in a lot of its relevance since we're so far from Hunter x Hunter. If you really want to, you're welcome to. It does not take long. It's like an hour long to watch the whole series. But
I typed in "Gone in 60 seconds" and it just brings up the Nick Cage.
no, it's GON, not GONE, because he doesn't have an E in his name.
Oh, it's a number of small things.
They are short. They're like a minute long. They're like Gone in 60 seconds. They're not all a minute long, but they're all about a minute long. Until they're not. Until they're not. I hope nobody compares me to Super Eye Patch Wolf. I will be mortified if I get compared to him. Anyway, there is a fun thing to I wanted to chat about. I saw a thing yesterday I wanted to bring up. I've heard about a game people now play together called Monkey's Paw. You guys ever play it before?
No, never even heard of it.
It's a
Is
sort
this
of
an actual? Is this an actual game on like Steam, or you
No,
just need
it's a social game where you're with your friends. And
okay.
the way it works is everybody takes turns. Basically, one person is a wisher on a monkey's paw. Everyone else is the monkey's paw. Because what you do is you say like, "Oh, I want to wish for world peace," and then someone's like, "All right, cool. You wish for world peace. Everyone's dead, so there are no more wars." You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I had a feeling that if it wasn't a game, I'm like, okay, no, I know what a monkey's paw is and the concept of it. So I can easily guess what the game is about.
Because I saw some people playing that, and the first one made me go, I think our friends could be just crazy enough to make this entertaining. Because it was, I wish all pedophiles disappeared. And the guy sits there for a second and he goes, yeah. They're now invisible.
This isn't even do you know what this is to me? This isn't even a game to me. This is straight up, there's a philosopher, right? And his whole thing is, if you want to do something, you have to imagine if everybody in the whole world did that thing. And that's just the game version of this.
It
the
seems
exact
fun.
same concept.
It seems fun.
It's like you imagine something, you imagine something, you come up with a concept, but you have to imagine the most worst outcome that it could possibly be and run with it.
There's a similar game that we have played with our friend group that I love, that I also want to play with Thurs Gang, called Everybody is John, or Everyone is John, where one person is John. Well, typically one person is John. You can play it where nobody is John. But everyone is a voice in John's head. And at the start of the game, you give yourself a set of skills, and you have a set of these of points called willpower, and you spend that willpower to basically take control of John at any given point, in comparison to everyone else. And you try to get John to do things that are based off of whatever goal you've set forth. It's open-ended, so you can have a goal be whatever, and you get points scored on how much of that gets done and how crazy it gets. Because, an example, our dear friend Chalk, when we played this, was, John, you're gonna drink some water today. And this started simple as getting a drink from the kitchen, and ended with him using a monkey wrench on a fire hydrant and then drinking straight from that. While the police were on them because of other players' actions. And it's like, sir, what are you doing? And he's like holding up this monkey wrench. No, don't worry. I've got this. Snoo had him go into the woods to go fist fight a bear. He never did find a bear, but he did get lost in the fucking woods.
Yeah. Wanted to fight a bear.
He also, just before the whole bit with the
Specifically, the goal was to fight a bear and win.
That's the important caveat. Just before the fire hydrant thing, another friend was like, I'm going to have him go, like, rob a bunch of stores, so you're going to go find a liquor store. Walked into the liquor store, approached the front counter goes like, hi, can I help you? Whacked him in the face with said monkey wrench, and then lost control. So now John is in a fucking liquor store, no idea what he's doing in there. It's like, wow, I'm really thirsty. I'm gonna leave.
Thirsty in a liquor store, decides to just leave.
So he wants water. It wasn't to drink anything. It was water specifically.
I'm sure there's bottled water in a liquor store.
It is an insane game. The example game they have on the rules thing, so you can see how it works, ends with John, again, involved with the police, cornering himself inside of a bathroom inside of a McDonald's, breaking the gas line, and then blowing up the entire McDonald's with a lighter. Because the game ends when John is no longer able to perform deeds, or everyone runs out of willpower, whichever happens first.
More than likely, John dies.
More than likely, John is going to die. Oh, it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Oh, wait, no, I remember. We started that one. We started that one in a Taco Bell because I was being funny. And they had him go and drink out of the dish pit. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I want to play that.
I think we asked him, like, is he drinking out of the soap side or the sanitizer side? It was just like, grab the hose, put it in his mouth.
It's a fun game.
Oh dear.
I'd like to play one of those two things with our friends. Thinking of other things going on. I'm excited that I'm playing a game that's very near and dear to me, and I apparently was somewhat congratulated for my acting chops in it from a friend in the chat. Oh, right now actually, Atmisk. Playing Xenogears. I'm guessing because I know Snoo knows about it because of me, and Ronzi's now aware because he was there while I was playing it. But Trinky, do you know what Xenogears is?
No. Not a clue.
Have you ever heard of Xenosaga or Xenoblade?
I've heard of Xenoblade.
Yes. Those are spiritual successors to Xenogears.
I see.
It is a sci-fi fantasy game heavily focused on religion and sort of destiny about a guy who's just living his life until robots attack his town, and now he's involved in war and all sorts of nonsense, and he just wants to go home, and he can't go home because pirates keep stealing him, or he keeps having to fight a strange man on top of a mountain, or a giant worm or a dinosaur tries to eat his girlfriend. Very fun.
Okay.
It's very fun. It's very, very entertaining. I'll have to give Xenogears a shot. As confused as it left me, I did enjoy Xenosaga. Xenogears is great. It is a series that is very near and dear to me. I can't say series. It's technically one game. It branches off into many things, but it's weird and quirky in so many ways that I don't want to quite go into a full ramble rant on it. It has a semi-fighting game system for when you go into combat, and that you have points that you spend on different attacks, light, medium, and heavy, and then you can string those together to do what's called a death blow, which is a stronger version of these. And you can pool your points to do multiple death blows in a row, and then you get giant robot combat, which takes the stuff that your character has from their abilities and their death blows and stuff like that and translate it into bigger, scarier versions because you're now in a fucking giant robot. Until you're not in a giant robot and you have to fight the giant robots on foot, or if your friend is a weird penguin bear and can just grow. I don't understand that particular character. We haven't seen them yet. We won't be seeing them for a little bit. Also, half the shit in the game doesn't fucking matter. Rozzy can attest to how many times I kept going, cool, did you pay attention to that? Don't worry, it won't come back.
Very much
Seems oddly
Evangelion.
annoying.
It's fucking wild. The beginning of the game is a cutscene of people in space on a spaceship, and like they're being attacked by something that you never directly see, but it's having this effect on taking over the ship that they're in. And it's kind of spooky because you're seeing people try to evacuate and they start to fly out, but whatever this is has taken over the defense system of the ship, and the evacuation pods are being shot in space by their own self-defense things, so no one can really escape. And it starts taking over their monitoring screens, telling them, you shall be as gods, just repeated over and over and over again. And then the captain gets everyone out as best he can. He self-destructs the whole thing. And then you see a shot of the destroyed remnants of probably that ship on a planet, and there is a naked woman sitting on a beach with long-ass purple hair staring into the sunrise as bits of space debris fall from the sky, and none of that matters. None of that matters.
They just put it in for shits and giggles.
What I will say is that girl comes up, but what she's doing there doesn't matter. That ship comes up, but what it's doing there doesn't matter. In fact, you use that ship as a gun. That's the most extent that ship gets. Oh, was that naked woman, the naked woman Angel mentioned before? Like Angel, I'm going to
Yes.
ignore that comment for 3 hours and then respond to it.
So toxic, it's crazy.
I did that. Angel asked me what was up with that, and I proceeded to not respond to it for 3 hours.
What angel?
We'll actually be seeing her fairly soon at where I'm at. I've also been taking notes inside of.
Angel or the angel or the naked woman?
I think I have 2 more hours
Yeah.
to answer that question. Anyway, part of my camping supplies is I got a new sketchbook, and by a new sketchbook I mean we found in the arts and crafts stuff or school supply stuff a Crayola sketchbook for like $2, and I went, this paper's pretty nice, and picked it up, and I have been filling it out with my notes on these. I know Snoo has seen this, and Kranzi, I sent them to him, but I suppose Trinky probably hasn't seen them yet, have they?
No, I didn't think so.
Let me see. Where did I put these? Where did I put this stuff? Because I know I shared my notes somewhere. Was it in the Friends Discord?
No, you put the notes, I think, in Poor Cam.
I'm just seeing a bunch of stuff of the funny things I was talking with friends in Discord call last night. A bunch of really cool art boxes and stuff like that that might bankrupt actually Angel.
You put them in media.
I put them in media. That makes
Yeah.
sense. I'm gonna go grab them all, and I'm gonna go put them inside of the Thursgang one so that it can be shared in their fullness. But I've been enjoying just sketching out my notes inside of this little sketchbook. It helps me stay focused and planning and get an idea of about how far I think I can probably get in the game at any particular time. But the most recent note in it is starting to become a little bit unhinged, I won't lie. There is a child character who is like trying to get you to steal their sister away at the beginning of the game, but then you kind of accidentally let off a nuclear bomb and blow up the entire town and his sister, and he takes some offense to that. He shows up later and tries to kill you. And I am capturing, I think, that sort of madness in my most recent sketch thing. I'm also turning a character into a doll for some reason, and I don't know why, but the character Big Joe, who is the guy with a chin as large as, like, the Empire State Building. I don't know why, but that chin is just fascinating me right now. I haven't even gotten to the part where I have a bomb collar strapped to my neck, and I have to solve it, otherwise I'm going to get scammed out of $5,000. That happens.
Your games just feel like fever dreams.
This isn't even... Dude, it gets so much worse. The second half of the game doesn't exist.
I'm
Because...
gonna need you to elaborate on that.
So, it's development. This game came out in 1998, okay? Another game being made at the time, and the reason I was initially aware of this and then later found out through some things I watched, the development of Final Fantasy VIII was happening at the same time. Square took resources from Xenogears to put into FF8, and that included a bunch of the team and actual money. So the first disc of Xenogears is a full, complete package. The second disc of Xenogears is a fucking slideshow. Because they didn't have the time or the budget or the people to do it. So there is a meme that you may have seen that people use and reference a bunch. In fact, the last reference I saw of this was in fucking Hi-Fi Rush. And that is of a character sitting in a chair in a void with a fucking spotlight on them, doing a bunch of narration. And that is what the entirety of Disc 2 of Xenogears is. Occasionally throwing you into a fucking boss fight. Which you don't have time to prepare for, by the way, because you have the slideshow, and then it's like, ah, yes. And then we entered the Circle of God, where we found his 3 apostles. And then it's like, now I'm fighting a robotic Hydra. All right. Cool, I guess we're doing this now. I have a daughter made out of nanomachines. Cool. She grew up because I went over to a place that had a big magnet. Cool. My girlfriend is remembering a past life and she's letting people drink her blood. I'm not one to judge. She could do what she wants. It's great. Remember when we were running around because we were sad boys? That's gone now. We're gonna go shit in God's breakfast. That's Disc 2. That's Disc 2.
Well, what a game.
I love it. It's great. I can't wait to get stranded in the ocean and choked to death on sardines. That also happens. Oh man. You haven't even met one of my favorite characters, Ronzi. You haven't met the majesty that is fucking Billy Lee Black. I love Billy.
Oh, no.
He is a fucking cowboy priest. He's cool
Hell
as
yeah.
he is cool as hell, and unlike everyone else who has like their melee attacks like this, he has guns. His light attack is a set of pistols. His medium attack is a shotgun he keeps in his sleeves, and his heavy attack is a fucking long rifle he keeps in the back of his robes that he fires. And his death blows are him doing gun tricks on the enemies.
Nice.
You have to buy bullets for him. He actually can run out of ammo and stop being usable as a character.
That's hilarious.
This is a turn-based RPG.
Well, I mean, yeah, considering, like, your giant mechs have a fuel system.
Yeah, his mech also has bullets. You have to keep loaded.
Wow.
And he also gets a second summonable gun that's also his sister that he can fire. And she's a revolver for some reason.
No, you lost me now.
Oh, I'm losing you now. Not even the fact that, like, for some reason, one of the most important characters to the game, your sort of love interest, Ellie, isn't usable throughout half of the game, and she shows up only level adjusted to you, but not combat or equipment adjusted to you. So she's actually awful to use, but it's fine. She is the only character with proper, like, spells, and her spells have weird effects on the enemy, like you can barbecue hobgoblins and turn them into steak with her fire spell, but the game will never tell you can do this. Why do I know? Because I was barbecuing goblins in a forest and found I could get steak from them. How about the part where the game stops being a turn-based RPG for an afternoon and becomes a fucking actual side-scroller? Like, side-scroller fighting game. With full mechanics, including being able to spend your own HP for super moves that can get you killed because you're a kid and don't understand that spamming moves that kill you is maybe a bad idea. And then you find out you can plug in a second controller and actually play it as a fighting game with other people. Yeah, that's a fucking thing in this. Me and my brother used to throw down a lot in it because it was really fun. He liked to pull out the boss mechs, wouldn't you know it, where I like to run around in the protag mech. That was not balanced. I'm going manic. I can feel the mania seeping into me.
Ooh.
Snoo, help.
No.
Oh, okay.
Apparently there's a new Hunter the Parenting drop.
Is that a proper episode or is that an audio?
No. I'm not 100% sure. It's chapter 6.1.
Audio. It's an in-betweener.
Isn't it? It's an in-betweener, yes.
I wonder what that one's going to be about.
It is titled Wild Child.
That does not help. Oh, it's Matilda. It's about Matilda.
Yeah, Wild with an E.
Yeah, exactly. Wild.
I'm seeing on the thumbnail as well. It's mentioning the three major spirits, which is Worm, Weaver, Wild, and Wolf. The last one isn't one of the spirits. Well, it is, but you know.
Are you saying
Shut
that
up.
you don't have the wolf spirit in you right now? You ain't got that dog in you? That did not come out correctly.
that was very crunchy.
Good.
See, Trinky, this is why you're the most normal out of all of us.
I'm the most normal.
It's just by default. I'm sorry.
It's so funny that I'm the normal one. Like, I feel like in my life, I am not. And then I like hang out with you guys, and then I'm like, oh, here I am.
Yeah, don't you know?
Once again.
It's like a spectrum, you know, and we're somewhere
Yeah.
on the opposite
No,
end of the
it isn't.
spectrum.
Everybody's on the spectrum.
See, I knew that would get a laugh out of Snoo. That's the only reason I said it.
I'm on at least 2 spectrums.
Me too.
It's all one spectrum.
Oh man. I'm just gonna leave this talking stick out there for someone else to take from me. Or not. It's fine. I'll hold on to it.
No, we could just leave it in the middle and we all look at it for the
Uh,
next 3 hours.
No
and
one
the rest
wants
of the
to claim it.
podcast.
But I'll have to explain the naked lady then.
Nah.
Kermit is
Some
back
things
in
don't
have
for
to be
14.
explained.
It's true.
We are slowly infecting more people into 14.
We are. We got Wisp into it now, and I'm trying to get another friend named Vibe Wolf into it. You can make those redeems, but we are not obligated to take those at this moment. Never. You can't. I tried twice. It's not happening. Kermit's back into playing it, and Kermit and Angel are going to be getting married IRL and in the game, which is exciting. Still have to get far enough along so Ronzi and I can finally do this.
Yeah,
You guys
we'll
aren't
see.
married yet? I thought you did marry, and
No.
I thought I missed it.
No, we haven't had
No.
it happen yet. Because my plan was to get through Endwalker and then do it. Because it seemed appropriate. We still have to get through Shadowbringers. And I am not helping in that because I keep bringing in new people and that keeps stealing our time because we're helping the new people. And that might be my fault.
Yeah.
Jeez, Mux.
I know. The cult grows bigger. And all I can do is apologize for it. Because I can't get gay married to a straight marriage. So unfortunate.
Gay married in a straight way. So what are you doing?
It's so
Or is
gay,
it
it's straight
married in
again.
a gay way?
Exactly. We've gone completely in the circle.
it's
Too many
it's
left.
an Ouroboros.
Too many
It's
Ronzi
so gay,
left
it's
turns.
straight again. Typically, that's just called P for T.
Yeah, too many Ronzi lefts.
Too many Ronzi lefts. You're gonna leave me on the altar because you're gonna get lost on the way to the venue.
I'm on Zoro, jeez.
You're gonna be like, sorry, there's this. Look, Odin has spawned and I have to take care of this. Dude, it's a hunt train! It's a hunt train! My wife is out there on a hunt train.
We're in the middle of a hunt train, sorry.
Holy shit, they're doing treasure dungeons. You fuck the wedding, get into there. No, fuck it.
Angel, I'm still surprised you haven't fully committed to the Shinny Glammy. You have a day left.
Since I'm holding the talking stick, I want to talk about Bastion. I want to get started on the recommendations.
Okay,
All right,
I want to talk about Bastion. How far did y'all get?
I finished
finished
it.
it.
Yay! You got to the end.
Yeah,
Well, I saw a ending. I don't know how many endings there are.
2.
yeah, I saw that ending.
Technically
Okay, there's
3.
2.
Technically 3.
Okay, I would have thought there'd be 4, but sure.
Yeah, I would have thought 4, but yeah, 3 makes sense.
The reason why there's not 4 is because one of them is made irrelevant by your own actions.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I'll leave it to the people who played it of what is actually no. I'm gonna start with Chalk's bit because Chalk has left me his notes. Bastion. I played through Bastion once a long time ago, so I will say this: "Spike in a Rail" is the best song on the OST, and I will die on that hill. It's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
OC was fantastic. The OC was great. Fairly certain I have heard those pieces in other things throughout time on the internet since its release.
I know a lot of video essayists like to use Bastion music for things like Red Dead and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's very westerny.
Very westerny.
I literally said it to you as we were playing the other night, didn't I? I was like, I feel like the narrator should be like some cowboy guy, and he's not.
Yes. Yeah.
He is, but I'll talk about that here in a bit. So how would you guys describe Bastion?
Fun action. I wouldn't say roguelike because it's still structured.
Yeah.
But very fun isometric brawler. I'll call it a brawler. Though game cheats a lot. It knows what it did.
Looks at the
It knows what
camera.
it
You
did.
you just stare directly at the camera.
I would say that it's like the whole game is basically a rock and a hard place.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Like
fair
that's the
description.
whole. That's like the whole premise, isn't it? Of
Yeah.
like you are stuck between a rock and a hard place, and you have to make a decision.
And that rock and that hard place just keeps getting bigger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the kind of
They're-
more you learn about the rock and the hard place, the more you're like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like audibly said, oh no, I think about 3 times.
Hmm.
I think I kind of like I'm like, oh, I see where this is going. This is bad. You know, you're saying about
I'm-
monkey's paw.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's what
am-
this game has reminded me of. Sorry, Snow.
I am impatient, so I'm just curious, and I want to ask right now, what'd you guys do with Zulf?
Rescued him.
Trinket?
Interesting. I did not.
Oh.
I did not rescue him.
I want to know
What did you do, Snow?
your choices.
I played Bastion a long time ago. I rescued him.
Okay. What did you do on your first playthrough?
I rescued him.
I'm the outcast.
To be fair, my decision when I had played it a long time ago had been slightly influenced because I kind of already knew going in what was the quote unquote good and bad ending.
It's not fair to call them that.
That's why I said quote unquote. It definitely one of them feels less emotionally hurt than the other. You know, one hurts a little less.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't now know the ending that all of you are privy to because I didn't choose it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
I
I'm kind
guess
of blissfully unaware.
I guess why, but what Moss was saying about there's only technically 3 endings is that the driving force between the different endings you can get is that decision, but then ultimately it depends on your final decision as to what you see.
What did you make as your final decision?
Uh,
I Go
is
on.
is it okay if I give a little context for the audience?
Sure.
If you want them to have it,
I do want them to have it because I think it'll be important for what we're about to talk about. Bastion is a game about the end of the world. A thing called the Calamity happened, and everything is fucked. The only real quote unquote safe haven left is a man made platform called the Bastion that needs these crystals, these shards, to be inserted into them so that they can restore its functionality. And every time you take a shard from somewhere, those shards being the stabilizing agent for that area, the area collapses and is lost. Everything in there is gone. And throughout the world are these Pompeii esque statues of the people of the world who didn't make it. And you have the choice to smash through them or not. And if you do, the narrator will comment on it. In fact, the narrator comments on almost everything you do. Good, bad, ill, it doesn't matter. He seems to know everybody, he seems to know everything, and he always talks. The only times you ever hear your character speak is when you're in combat and it's just your little grunts and stuff like that. Even in the part of your character's history, which you experience through a sort of hookah esque drug trip, it's all narrated by the narrator. Towards the end of it, you finalize the entire function of the Bastion, and its actual purpose is time travel. It resets everything, is the idea. And you can do so to put everything back to the state it was beforehand, bring everyone back from the dead, undo all the damage that has been caused, and go about life as it was before. Or you can use this newfound power as a last-ditch effort to use it to travel around the new world in a way that will prevent it from ever being able to use that time travel power ever again. So kind of a heavy consequence and heavy choice, knowing all of that. So what did you guys choose?
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have done the opposite of everybody again.
I chose to keep traveling the new world.
Lee, what did you do?
I believe that's what I did when I first played years ago.
Fox, what did you do?
Trinky, did you go back?
I'm a fucking menace.
No, it's fine.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, I did. Oh my god, why am I the opposite of everybody?
I'm curious what your reasoning was. I'm not judging, I'm just curious what your reasoning was.
Because in my head, well, they're like it, and it kind of kind of touches on it in the like ending, and he says, you know, we might go back in time, like this could all reset, and we might not have any memories of it, or we will. And it's like, I guess to a point, it's kind of like the actions aren't set in stone. Like history doesn't have to repeat itself, and there's a chance that things could be different. And when I was then like hearing, like I was talking to the girl character, I can't remember her name.
Zia.
Zia.
Zia. Yeah, I would call her Mirror, and I was like, that's not right. Zia was like, I was like, at the end asking like the question. She's like, oh, all the things that I want to live for have started after the calamities happened. I was like, oh, like yeah, you make a great point, but I feel like I'd only be doing it for you. Whereas if I go back in time, then everyone, like all of humanity can come back, and maybe things end up the same way eventually anyway, but I've still given all of humanity another chance. And I felt like, to me, that felt like the better choice to make.
Hmm. See, the thing I really like about Bastion is, like, arguably, whichever decision you make, it's justified.
Mm-hmm.
Why did everybody else go against me?
We didn't go
Explain
against
yourself.
you.
No, that's. I think for the exact same reasons. Like you're saying, like, oh yeah, like we would go back in time. It could end up being, we could end up in the exact same place. You say you're giving humanity essentially the fighting chance again, but if we're ending up in the same place, we're just consigning everyone to an infinite loop that we're constantly going back to that point. And it's like it's do we go back? And I assume we don't have knowledge of anything that is happening, so
that's
we
what the
can't
guy
stop
said.
it.
That's what the guy says at the end.
Yeah.
He's like, we might have our memories, but we might not, and you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, because he turned around and said, like, he even said, it's like, I don't even know if this will work because we couldn't test this functionality until it needed to be done.
Yeah.
So my thought was okay, well, if we don't know, if this is not if it's not a proven technology that it works, why would I risk this? Why would I send us back? Why would I try and activate it? We then can't move and it doesn't work. Are we going to take that gamble? Would I take that gamble? My response, if I was in that position, honestly, would be no, because there's too many variables that we don't know.
To me, staying in the present felt like quite selfish. I don't know. I just felt like if you go back, there's a chance that things could be different. And yeah, you're right. Maybe you end up in the loop,
Yeah.
and then you get back there, and then you make a different choice. I don't know. Obviously, you don't remember the first loop, but maybe you make a different choice or whatever. But there's, to me, it wasn't set in stone. Whereas I feel like if you like committing to staying committed to everything that happened, and being okay with everyone being dead, which I didn't like.
No, that's fair. I think it touches on the like the kind of the question that people can pose themselves, like, if you could go back and change something in your past, would you? It touches on that, and my answer for that question has always been no, I wouldn't, because I would not be where I am today if I change anything. So I think it did that stuck with me as to I chose what I would honestly choose. If I was to play the game again, I would choose a different one because I'm a completionist.
What are your thoughts then, Snoop?
So I know my choice to not go back to the basically like repeat everything was influenced from my choice to save Zulf. Because I was legitimately, I was angry at Zulf. I was very mad at him, but I wanted to save him for the sake of even when we make bad decisions, even if we make decisions that hurt people in ways that we probably can't come back from, we do have to live with those decisions. And undoing that didn't sit right with me. I wanted I wanted to basically like have the characters deal with the mistakes of others, even though it wasn't entirely their fault for the calamity, because none of the characters, it was necessarily their fault besides maybe the narrator. Uh, but I figured like going back isn't going to solve anything. You change the future, you don't change the past, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
you,
I mean-
Mox? What did you do your first time?
I will talk about that here in a bit because I think I want to hear more of this sort of talks about the endings because, like, well,
There's something that I'm curious on.
Mhm.
So we'll talk about just about more about stuff. Is that I saved him for a different reason from Snoo in that I understood the choices that Zolf made. He was trying to do what he thought was right, regardless of whether I agreed with it or not. Yeah, he hurt us and everything with it. He fucked over the Bastion, but he thought he was doing was right. And then we obviously were like, no, we need to continue on our path as well. And we ended up screwing over the was it the Ura?
the
Are
Ura. Yeah.
the Ura?
Mhm.
We go over them, and basically, because of the actions that Zolf took, brought calamity upon the Ura, who they weren't largely spared
No,
from
they
the calamity.
kind
but
of managed to survive because of their holes. Funny enough.
yeah, like they were better off than what we ended up as. But because of his actions, because we were chasing him down and basically on a war path with them as a one-man army, basically.
The kid is crazy.
It
Mhm.
really is. He essentially brought ruin to their people and they turned on him. He needs to answer for it. He needs to see what he has done and the choices that he has made. Because like, I kind of get it. He didn't have the full picture of everything that was going on, and he made his choice. So I understand his choice, but he does have to live with that choice. So I have a question for you, Trinky, because obviously you didn't save him.
Yeah.
When you were leaving, did you have to fight your way out?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
If
it
you
wasn't
s-
like a hard fight because I didn't
Oh
have health.
no, that damn thing is also the most powerful weapon in the
Oh
game.
my god, I love how I just picked this up, by the way. I love that in the final level I just pick up this thing that I can smash the fuck out of everything. And it was
Yes.
Mhm.
amazing.
It's
It was
also
so
so
cathartic.
fun.
It's
It was
also
cathartic.
the fucking image of their goddamn god you are killing them with. It is Pith
It
the
is
Bull.
Yeah.
intense.
It is a giant. It is the most sacrilegious, insulting thing you could possibly be doing. And throughout the
Yeah.
game, the kid has a weird connection to Pith. The image of Pith is not only ever present because the Ceylandians were using it in their imagery, kind of as a fuck you to the Ura people. They were marketing their god as a fucking plushie, for God's sakes. But the image of Pith has stuck with the kid. He dreams about it. Even when you're in that fever bit from going into the bog, the image of Pith haunts the kid. Picking up that weapon and using it is kind of, I guess, a sort of spiritual thing for him, regardless if it's for war or, well, something else, whatever that may be.
Yeah. So you had to fight. If you carry Zolf, they start attacking you to begin with, but then a part way through, they kind of just stop because you're not fighting back. You're just like, I just want to get out of here. I'm taking him. You don't want him. I'll take him. I'm leaving. I'm not going to fight you on this. And they stop. One
Except
thing
for
that I did like was a nice touch. There, yeah, yeah. You're going up that set of stairs. You're going just about around the corner. Someone takes a shot, and a guy behind him basically clocks him on the back of the head. It's like, no, you stop that.
Puts him down for doing it. Another interesting thing is you both had the exact same narration.
Mhm.
Because regardless of if you go to kill them and, leave Zolf to die or spare Zolf, the narrator assumes you pick the path of war. And he's
Really?
yes, he assumes you and Zolf are fighting it to the death and that you are going through here as some fucking force of nature against the remaining Ura people who came over here to destroy everything you built up together. And you are getting shot carrying Zolf's body on your shoulder while he is horrifically wrong about it. Or at least in Trinky's case, very spot on. This does not mean this is not a knock at you, Trinky. Your choice is just as valid.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, sorry.
I couldn't bring myself to save him.
Mhm.
Like, for the reasons I think that you guys did save him is the reasons that I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Like, to a degree, I'm like, yeah, sure, he didn't have the whole picture and people were screwed over, whatever. But, like, he thought what he was doing was right, and it wasn't. And he has to face the consequences of those actions. And as far as, I guess it was kind of a bit of a trolley problem-ish situation for me. I was like, I'm making a decision to leave him where he is, but the decision for him to be killed is on his people, not on me. Because at the end of the day, he had screwed them over, and part of me was like, in my head, I kept comparing him to like Hitler. And I was like, Hitler also believed what he was doing was right. And other people believe firmly what they were doing was right. And they make poor and shitty choices. But we can't just, like, and I guess, like, when you were talking about you can't write their past, but you can change your future, I couldn't take the risk that he wouldn't do something stupid again. Like, we were on in my head, I was like, the world is in such a fragile state, and I can't trust him to mess something up
Oh yeah,
again.
completely fair. You
Oh,
are
that's-
under
yeah,
no
completely fair.
obligation
Yeah.
to forgive him for what he did. He almost killed you. He had the intention of no one surviving the Bastion when the Ura first attack. You weren't supposed to survive that. It's completely fair to say fuck you, Zolf. It's also fair to give him another chance.
That's interesting because I actually did get knocked out during that attack on the Bastion. I thought it was going to be a game over and I had to redo the thing. No, you carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really weird.
Well, narratively, you can't die there. The story has to continue.
True, but I was playing on like the normal mode where, like, you know, you can die.
Mhm.
And like I ran out of my continues because you get like the one free continue or whatever. I died, and I'm like, oh, I got to redo this, and no, it carries on. I'm like, okay, but you talking about Tricky? The side notes, huge side note. You talking about saying that you saw him as Hitler. I saw a.
Well, no, I don't see him as Hitler.
No.
Just comparatively was
Yes.
like someone trying to make a decision for everyone.
Yeah, no, but my side note is I saw on a Reddit posts, obviously an artist rendition, using those in a very loose terms because it was AI generated, obviously, of
Obviously, everything is now.
yeah, of Dolly being welcomed up to the pearly gates and being welcomed in by various people that have died, Cash, Elvis, and apparently, yeah, Hitler. I'm like,
Not Dolly.
What?
Not Dolly.
Not Dolly.
Not Dolly.
And it's like, I'm like, what? Why? Like, okay, some of them sure, but why is he there?
I don't know.
Dolly.
AI has a weird fascination with Adolf.
But the
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
I wonder
obviously,
if that's because of the people that use it.
Yes, it is.
I was gonna say,
because it gets
yeah,
fed in
yeah,
a
I was
lot.
gonna say-
And it's such a encapsulation of the humanity in general, isn't it?
yeah, this is kind of like that has clearly got to have been in the prompt. I'm like, why has our education, I mean, yes, it clearly has, but has our education system failed that much?
So to roll back to Bastion,
Yes.
because
Sorry.
no, you're fine. I just don't want to keep talking about that particular subject, if that's all right.
No, that's fair.
So how do we all feel about Rux, the narrator?
Fucker.
I told you I was suspicious about him from the beginning, Mox. I told you.
Old fuck.
I said to Mox, I went, why do I have a feeling this is one of those things where I'm going to get to the end and the narrator was the bad guy the whole time?
That was not the soul, but he was involved in the entire process heavily.
Oh yeah, he definitely had his hand in everything. So the narrator is a very interesting character to me because to put this into some ways to shorten what this would be, he is a representation of Ceylondia as a whole, as an individual. He is dignified, he's well spoken, he's all knowing, he is approachable and friendly, but very rooted in their beliefs. And those beliefs, if you were listening to what he says about topics, are colored in very, very, very deep biases. He does not like the Ura. Whenever something about the Aura gets brought up, he's very dismissive or, oh, things ain't like that anymore. It ain't like that anymore. That was then, this is now, kind of thing.
Very deep south.
Yeah.
Very deep south,
Oh.
which is the fucking point.
Yeah.
He also speaks on everyone's behalf until he can't. And the only time he can't is the only other time you hear someone else talk.
Yes. That was
Zia.
It felt very much like, oh, he's not telling us a story. He's telling the story to Zia as what he felt was going on.
Not only what he felt is going on, but how many times is it brought up that he never asked the kid's name?
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Never asked the kid's name. The kid never gets addressed by anything else other than the kid. And he's not a kid. Like, he's younger than him, sure, but he's a full-ass adult who has been through some shit. He has a sad fucking story.
He does.
Yeah.
And it only gets worse because he has to survive the fucking aftermath of the calamity and that nightmare segment of the drug trip, showing what's really his focus and his thoughts about things that the narrator knows nothing about, because how could he, is focused on the dead. It's focused on the destruction. He fights himself because he is the scariest thing out there, the monster he's becoming while he's going through this.
Mm-hmm.
The bits where it's peaceful are the bits where he's outside and away from it. And it is not Rux's voice saying the peaceful things. It's technically Rux's expression of Zia's song. He hums that little tune, the nicest thing he had experienced up to that point in the campsite where you're not fighting anything. You're just building a campfire, resting for a little bit before it continues. Rux is trying to push his own ideology on you. And that's why no one can get a word in and why everything sort of goes through him in all of this. And it's also why that part, the only real choices you get to make at the end of the game, his own narrative will shape the story even if you choose otherwise, because that's what he believes you would do being a good Ceylondian soldier with that crest on your back.
Yeah, and he tells
With
you to
the-
keep it as well, doesn't he? Makes a point
Yes.
out of it.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
There was a theory for a while that I don't fully believe in anymore, but I definitely listened to at the beginning, that Rux was a version of you that's been through this so many times. Because you look very similar. You have same color skin, same color hair, same actions. He knows everything about everybody. He knows everything about every different faction, including a lot of the even like brush people and the aura weapons that you get to use. He knows how to use them, and he knows the people who use them, which is what you hear when you're doing the training. That's a lot for a lifetime.
Yeah, I can kind of understand it.
I don't buy into it
I don't buy it. I think partway through the story, I did think there was going to be a connection there because you're right. Like physically, they are
Very
the
similar.
same. Yeah, and I partway through was thinking, oh, maybe there's some sort of like tenuous link here, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would agree.
It's possible that something that I could possibly see it might be being that may have been completely debunked by the developer at this point, but that he's either the kid's father or grandfather, maybe. Like the dad was not in the picture. There was only the mum who died at an early age.
Hmm.
So
as far as I
if
know, he doesn't have any relation to the kid.
As far
He
as I
never
understand,
acts like
he
it.
doesn't have any relation other than he's your guiding voice.
yeah. Yeah,
I
it
also
was
find
also
I find it very interesting that he had such a hand in it, and he's also one of the few people that survived it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Ain't that a kick in the head? That he
Yeah.
is responsible for this because the calamity was a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
The calamity was meant to wipe out the Ura completely. And unfortunately, it was a bomb that hit them too. And in fact, had more of effect on the Ceylondians than the Ura, which is, oh, so poetic. It's so fucking funny.
yeah, because there was someone that they used to try and get information out. There was an Ura that they were getting information out of, right? Who sabotaged it.
Yeah, the one with the book.
Yeah.
Zia's
Mhm.
dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was it.
Which is what pissed Zolf off because he read, well, what Zia's dad put down.
He read the book, and that's why he made his assumptions.
Because
'Cause-
it was supposed to be genocide on his people.
Mhm.
And one of the guys who was responsible for it was sitting right across from him having a pleasant conversation with someone who wasn't supposed to survive.
Yeah.
I completely understand Zolf's reasoning for things. In fact, if I was in his shoes, because you got to remember, Zolf lost his soon-to-be wife. Like the day of their wedding, the calamity
Mind
happened.
you,
Wasn't she also pregnant with his child?
Yep.
yep, she was. She was also Ceylondian. Zolf had shown up to Ceylondia as what's the word?
He was a envoy.
An
He was
ambassador of
ambassador. Yeah.
He was an ambassador of peace, trying to essentially help unite the two nations in a peaceful manner.
And they
And
gave
they
him
responded with
genocide.
blowing them up, basically blowing everything up.
I mean, I think they were planning on doing that for a while before he turned up. But yeah.
Yep. It was
Mhm.
way in
Do we?
development.
Maybe I missed it, but like, do we actually know what they've been fighting about since the start?
It's
You'll
it's
have to
colonizing.
say soon.
It's
There
colonizing.
Because it
is
alludes to
yeah,
there's
The colonies.
history, and then
it's colonization.
yeah, which I kind of
It-
thought based off of her backstory and like the dream state, that's kind of the vibes I was
If
getting,
I
but I wasn't entirely sure.
if I remember correctly, it's like just a few sentences that Ruckus hints at, which is like the Ura had resources that the Ceylondians wanted, but they didn't want to trade for it. They
Basically,
just
the
wanted
Yeah.
the
the
resources.
Ceylondians showed up, started building their things. They wanted things that they didn't have, and they chose to take it through force. The song that Zia is singing that you find her, and that sort of like her theme, is a war song. I dig
Mhm.
my hole, you build a wall. One day that wall is going to fall. Build that wall up to the sky, because one day your bird is going to fly. So build that wall and build it strong, because one day we'll be there. It's a fucking threat. And, especially with, like, what I brought up the bit about Pith earlier just to show how kind of fucked up the Ceylondians were for doing what they do, fucking turning their enemies' symbol of faith into gardening equipment and
And toys for their children.
and symbols on doors, fucking gates
Mhm.
with the image of their god. And imagine the fucking thing that is preventing you from going in and fighting your enemies is the image of your god staring down at you. You know? That's a fucked up thing to do. The Ceylondians were pretty bad people, but not all of them were bad. But the worst ones were the ones in power.
Ain't it
Yeah.
always?
Ain't it always?
Yep.
I got to the end. And I saw Zulf being just stabbed by the others. And I am a particularly angry person. I do my best to keep it composed, but I am wrathful and I am very quick to anger, but I keep it unchecked very often. I could not, for the life of me, throw Zulf away for his own anger, especially when I felt it was justified. I could not leave him behind because I could not leave myself behind. When you save Zulf and bring him back, and you get to the end and you choose to not roll time back, the ending that everyone else got, there's an interesting bit in the credit sequence which has these images of showing everybody. Sort of Zia looking out over the railing of the Bastion as you're flying, the kid getting a well-deserved rest. You see a thing of, well, Rux just kind of meandering about. And Zulf is chopping up various vegetables and preparing meals with some of the squirts. Zulf doesn't look happy. How could he be? What does he have? He sure as hell doesn't feel welcome with you guys anymore. You brought him on, and that's cool, but, like, he knows what he did. How could he face that? How could he face all of you with that? He lost his people, he lost his home, he lost any traces of it, and the only people that he has left are people he tried to kill. And Rux doesn't want to be there. Rux reluctantly agrees with your decision because he can't do anything else. It's already been done. The action has happened. He can't go back, so fuck it. Might as well just enjoy the ride for what it is. No matter what ending you choose, two people lose. With the exception of if you go back and don't take Zulf. Because that little bit with Zulf chopping things and vegetables at the bottom doesn't happen. Because Zulf ain't there. Because Zulf's dead. But if you rewind, even if you didn't take him, he goes back. And you get the credit sequence that Trinky saw. Where you see Rux, well, living his life in Ceylondia. Everything's as it was. And Zulf is reunited with his fiancée.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
so happy and he's so ecstatic. And Zia is sitting in a dark room playing her instrument to herself alone. And the kid is back on the wall doing the only thing he knows. Backbreaking labor for no reason. That's why there's only 3. Because it doesn't matter if Zulf lives or not. If you go back, he comes back regardless. To quote the miracle of sound, turning back is bound to be just another calamity. That's how I felt. I do agree with Trinky's interpretation that it doesn't guarantee, but I don't believe that the foundational issues would change because we went back. Because the people in power are still going to do what they're going to do. That's my belief on it. I fucking love Bastion, though. I fucking love it because it's still being discussed to this day. The interpretations of this game are still being discussed. And the different things that people can bring out of this is fucking fascinating. And the DNA for the games that this particular group would make, from fucking Hades and it's like I only think of Hades, but they have a bunch of other games that are also really fucking good, and I'm trying to remember what they're called. But they have phenomenal music, and you can feel the
Supergiant?
influences from the
Super like the
yeah. Oh,
publisher Supergiant?
Transistor is one of them, and then they have another one that's like a basketball game. But like you could feel like the sort of things and thoughts, and they've always had this sort of interesting focus on their narrative, and I love the way that they do it, and the gameplay is pretty fun. They've never stopped making hard games, though. Oh my god, Bastion can just beat your fucking balls in. Oh my god. Oh my
I
god.
ain't gonna lie,
It's the
I didn't even try and
challenges.
fight the final level. I just jumped through everything.
It just
I just
fucking
skit around
ran.
past it all.
Just
did.
ran.
I was like, I could either bog myself down trying to do this legit, or I'm gonna jump. And I like that. I also only learned how to jump at the end. I wouldn't have fallen off the
Oh,
map
yeah,
so
when-
much.
When you get the jump, like when everything started falling, I'm like, I tried fighting the first time, and I'm like, you're not meant to fight here. You've just got to go. Just jump past everything.
I
Hope you have the
also-
healing.
completely unrelated, but it's obviously about Bastion. That cannon thing that you pick up near the end, I could not fucking use that. I didn't hit anything. I was
The rocket launcher.
drowning.
Like the Calamity Cannon?
Yeah, it's shit. What's that?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking awful.
So awful. I couldn't hit anything.
Give me my machete
I felt so,
and my
I felt
twin
so
guns.
incompetent. I was like, I literally can't do anything. It's like aim
I-
with your left stick, and I'm like, I can't.
No, it was aim with right stick, but you've also got to hold down the X button to fucking charge your shot. How are you meant to aim?
Well, easy. Do you
Your
know how
left
the claw technique, guys?
Yeah. Don't me and Apex players with the claw have beef.
Well, I guess you have
know-
beef
I
with
know-
me.
I know of the claw technique because that is apparently a way for people at high levels play Halo.
I would
So-
love to take a picture of my phone is charging, because I forgot to charge my phone last night, so did Snoo. But like, I'd love to show you what my hand looks like when I'm holding a controller, because
Mox, I think you've sent me a photo of that before.
yeah.
I feel
Well, I
like
mean-
we've had this conversation.
Well, okay,
before.
because like it's my index finger is resting on the buttons X and Y, or square and triangle, depending on if you're using a PlayStation controller. My right thumb is on the right thumbstick. My middle finger is resting on the right bumper, or R1, and I switch between R1 and R2 with my middle finger, or sometimes bring up my ring finger if necessary. I can aim and do everything I need with this, and I picked up this technique from playing Dark Souls.
I mean, if I remember, isn't that it? Doesn't it like it? Because I know that obviously you do have problems with your wrists, right?
I do
So
have
I'm
problems with
assuming
my
that
wrists.
I assume that holding it kind of that way, it feels a little better than holding it in a traditional.
Well, I don't have to
I say,
alternate a lot of
I
things.
say a traditional sense, but you know.
I don't have to move my hands as much because everything's in sort of a
Yeah.
position and place and it moves faster. I will say that sometimes there are problems that prop up with it when I'm playing some technically demanding games. Like I had to stop playing the gun robot game with all the blood as fuel. I can't remember the name of it. Ultra Kill. I had to
Ultra
stop
Kill.
playing Ultra Kill because that was fucking up my wrists, which I'm feeling a lot better with a bunch of things I've been changing about, so I might try to go back to that. And I also had some problems playing Devil May Cry and Bayonetta for the same reason, despite the pain. So I'm kind of stupid, guys.
No, I think with Devil May Cry and Bayonetta is those games are reward you for not getting hit and keeping your combo going.
Uh-huh.
If you just even drop it for a second, I imagine regardless of what method you're using, if you mess up even once, you kind of get punished in those games.
It has
so-
turned my way I play those kinds of games into a terrible thing. You watched me play Darksiders. I was styling on enemies that didn't have a style system. I did not have to do
that is
that.
true. I'm like, Why are we doing this? Just go through it. Just kill, get through it. You don't need to be doing this, Moss.
It looked
I wasn't
cool,
gonna say
damn it!
anything.
It was cool.
It does. It
I
is.
was
wasn't gonna say anything.
as styling then super sexy style. All right.
Man, there needs to be like a multiplayer Devil May Cry game.
There's technically a multiplayer mod for Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, okay.
It's very neat. There's also PvP in it, which Devil May Cry PvP is fucking whack. Anyway,
I can imagine.
anything else we want to say about Bastion before we move on to the next thing?
But that will cover it all.
I'm just gonna say again, the game cheats.
All I'm
That's
saying is I should have took the potion to reduce fall damage.
Some of those challenges were diabolical.
They are rough, but when you
Some of them are easy. Some of them are diabolical. No, I'm sorry. The shield challenge is a load of shit.
The shield challenge is probably the easiest.
That asshole would not yeet himself off the cliff.
Bad luck. Womp womp.
Boo womp.
Boo womp.
Whatever you guys move on to, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick, but you can talk with that.
I was about to say the same. Yes, I
Oh,
need to do the same.
Okay,
And
let's take a little. We'll take a little break then.
Everyone go piss.
Everyone's going piss. Drinky,
Yas. That's my name.
did you know that I choose my backgrounds evilly?
Evilly?
Yeah.
Okay, well, why evilly?
Well, if you look back here, you'll notice the Minotaur's maze is behind me.
Yes.
I'm putting you all in the Minotaur maze.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to send you a link to something, and you don't have to. If you can get this through other means, that's fine. But I know you can get this experience through digital. I would prefer if that wasn't the case. I think the physical thing of this actually is important to it. But I'll also not blame anybody for not quite doing so. All right?
Yeah. Intrigued.
You should be. You should be, and you should be terrified.
Oh, God. Don't like the ominous, you should be terrified.
You should. Because I'm DMing this to you, and I'm going to then share the proper link later. And I have to fill time right now while everyone's away, so I'm going to use it to do this. Also, I hate Amazon links. Amazon links are terrible. They're the worst.
Oh, it is actually such a pain to try and link things between like Amazon to think people. It's so annoying.
It's such a pain in the ass. Fuck it. I'm just going to send the terrible link.
It's fine, I can work with it.
Don't
it's a
say
book.
don't say the name.
I won't. Book or poems? Book?
Book.
Yep. Guys, you know whenever I say everything Mox recommends to me is horror, and then the first line of this is a masterpiece of horror? Like, I can't escape it.
You can't.
I literally can't.
I hope you know I am curating my recommendations into things that I'm pretty sure you'll be able to handle because I don't want you to have a bad time.
You don't want me to have a bad time.
I do, in fact, take you into consideration.
And chalk.
And chalk, yes.
With the babies.
Yes. I actually have an alternative for chalk, funny enough. And if you so choose, you can also use this
I
alternative.
remember being in school, right?
Mhm.
And I was like 13. And I've never done well with horror. And our whole English unit at the time, our English literature unit, was on horror books. And they made us read and then watch the film of The Woman in Black. And I just remember being shit scared the whole time. And everyone else being like, this isn't that bad. And I was like, speak for yourselves. And I had to endure it for like 12 weeks. It was, honestly, it was a crime.
But no, he doesn't want you to have a good time. I do want you to be a little spooked. I do want you to be a little scared. But in a haunted house kind of way. Where you're not really in danger and the spooks are very minor, and if things go bad, there's outs. But you should be able to get through the haunted house. Here's what I'm going to tell you as well. You're not going to want to wait on this one. Because there's puzzles hidden in it.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah. And I know you're listening,
this?
Ronzi.
Is this your like formal
I've been listening the
recommendation for
entire
next
time.
month?
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Okay.
Is it what you shared me before?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not
I think you know what. I think
to
you. I think
discuss anything.
no. That's fine. But I'm not. So I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about.
I do. But no, it's
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
This... You know what?
Don't save it. It's fine. It's fine.
All right.
Oh, you have to go.
I'm also gonna send this actually to, of all people,
Parent.
I'm gonna send this to Shin.
Oh well, there you go, Gray. You can now talk.
I actually think Shin would enjoy this. Oh, I had a terrible experience in Vale last night.
Oh, after me?
Well, so we went over
Yeah.
and helped out our friends move, and it didn't amount to us doing too much. Basically, I cleaned out the built-in microwave into the place, and then I wiped down all of their counters and helped vacuum. Snoo did assistance in moving some things and help cleaning as well. And then basically we hung out for a little bit, and then we went on our happy way. Twitch doesn't want to show you much of the interface. I'm so sorry. But after we were done with that, we got into a VC in a different Discord and hung out with Angel and Gray and a whole bunch of other people for a while. And I was playing Final Fantasy while we were being fucking goblins. Just goblins. Oh my god, it was unhinged. And it also involved all of us being put into horny jail on Lotus's stream. That's to let you know how bad that was. And I mean, the actual horny jail. They have built an asset on their stream with the words horny jail on it, and we are behind the bars. But I went into Orem Vale, and I got in there, and I knew everything was going to be fun when everyone said hello, and then it was followed up with, oh shit, it's Orem Vale. Oh god damn it. And we got in there, and then immediately the tank died, and then the healer was pulling everybody closer to the boss and running ahead of everybody else. And the tank and the healer were especially going at it. I remember we were getting closer to the boss fight, and the healer just ran off to the end part of it and activated the cutscene, and the tank was just shouting, "Fuck off, healer," in the chat. Oh man, it was bad.
Oh my
It was horrendous. Me and the healer alone had to go and fight the coin counter because everyone else died and the healer didn't res them.
Why?
Because they were a little bitch. Honestly, I was pissed at the healer too, but what am I gonna do? I'm in the middle of fighting for my life against a boss who can't hurt us. Level 50 as a machinist, though.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back, Snoo.
Hello.
I was being evil while you were away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was being evil. Trinky is in the know.
I'm in the know.
Trinky knows.
Apparently, Twitch is balked at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got your stream loaded up, and like it keeps like getting rid of all of my followed channeled stuff and various other bits and bobs.
Oh my god.
And then like
Oh, I've just
Yeah.
looked over, and yeah, that my for you is empty.
yeah, it's all empty, and then
Oh,
it comes back,
no.
and then it's just like generically the most top popular streamers, and then it
Oh.
goes blank again, and then it comes back,
Twitch
and
is
then it goes. Yeah, it's like
fucked. Okay. It's not on my end, or if it is, it's out of my control.
oh, your actual stream is fine. Your actual
Okay.
stream has
Yeah.
been fine.
That's
It is
good.
literally just like
Yeah, the
other
stream is
stuff going
fine,
on.
but if you're on like the home page, it's fucked. I just now tried to load it up.
Oh, some people
And
can't
it-
start. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, people can't start.
Oh
It's
boy, I'm a
bad.
little scared now. I guess the show must go on. Who wants to talk about pirates? We have 2 different pirates to talk about. Which pirate would we like to discuss first?
We had 2 pirates.
We did.
Yes, we did have 2 pirates. Yes, I am a fool. I'm a fool of a took. We're gonna go with the Dead series.
We must be talking about the Caribbean.
Yeah,
So, which
they're
pirates?
not gonna bring that back.
No, which pirate movies did you guys watch?
Well, I've seen all of them multiple times. So I can talk on anything that anyone throws my way.
Which one did
I'm
you watch?
fairly.
though?
I didn't watch any this month, but
Oh.
right when I was
You've
a
watched them
teenager,
far too
right,
much.
yeah, when I was like the age of like I don't know, like 11 to 13, I had a friend at school, and I used to basically sleep over at her house every weekend, and she wouldn't sleep unless we fell asleep watching Pirates of the Caribbean. So
Oh.
there was a phase of my life where I watched at least one Pirates of the Caribbean film nearly every single week. So
Oh.
So Chuck
I
says
can
that
talk all
if you
whatever you
have
want.
if you've seen all of them, tell us which is your favorite or least favorite, and why.
My least favorite's the most recent one, just because it ain't the same. My favorite one is the third one.
Oh, the one with the end of Davy Jones and all that.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was so good.
Honestly, that one.
When they're in the
fucks.
whirlpool with the ships going around, it's so peak.
It's pretty cool. I love this little slow-mo shot with the fucking boat exploding.
Oh, it's just peak.
That's
Isn't,
great.
isn't it the
And
one?
I'm sorry, as a trilogy of films, it is one of the most solid
Oh,
trilogies
yeah,
of films that
it's
exists.
great.
Point blank.
Is that the one where he's running across the beach
Yeah.
after
Yes.
being a god for the
The tribe.
group, the tribe? Yeah.
Where's Jack? Oh, he'll make it back there. Oh, there he is. And then the tribe following.
It's just one of the most solid film franchises ever.
Yeah. I ended up I rewatched the first one. I'm fairly certain I have watched all of them. If I haven't, it would definitely be the last one I haven't watched. But I mean, yeah.
The last one's where we're like Moses and we're splitting the sea in half.
I watched on Stranger
Hey.
Tides, the mermaid
Oh,
one,
the mermaid one.
because I hadn't watched that one.
The mermaid one. Oh, what are your thoughts on the mermaid one?
Oh, it was really fun actually. It was
I
full
like
of.
the mermaid one.
These movies are very fast paced, but they're in a digestible speed, and there's no real downtime. Everything's constantly moving forward, but they don't go at like a breakneck speed. You can still follow along with things, but seeing Jack Sparrow be Jack Sparrow is always an entertainment, and watching him get out of like being tried and things and fucking with people is hilarious. The bits with the mermaids were neat. I did not give a single goddamn about the evil Captain Man, though.
That's fair.
I thought he was boring and lame, and I could not truly like get down to the point of like what his actual motivations were. And like throughout the whole movie, there's the bit about the prophecy of the one-legged man who's gonna kill him, and it's like, dude. Everyone's telling you the one-legged man is going to kill you and you're going to keep moving forward. You're just playing into the fucking fates, you dumbass. I did like his funny little collection of ships and bottles, so that was cool.
Yeah, they are cool in the ship.
Also, I kind of love Barbossa. Like, Jack is the best,
Barbossa
but Barbossa's the
is-
shit.
Barbossa is chronically underrated, I feel.
Barbossa is honestly one of the most
carries.
he's one of the most efficient pirates out there, and he only loses to Jack because Jack's just a little bit more clever and more deceitful than he is. Just a little bit more. And Barbossa has this weird bit of honor to him that he still reserves that also gets taken advantage of. And seeing him, well,
Yeah.
scam basically the Royal Navy all in the scent of pursuit just to steal their resources at the end and be like, fuck it, we're pirates now. It's hilarious.
So, does this mean that Snoop watched Stranger Tides with you then?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So Snoop, what do you
I-
think of Mermaid film?
I really liked it. That priest guy got fucked up. They
I'm
fucked him up.
laughing, yeah.
uh,
He was so nice
thought it
to
was really
her
fun.
though. Like I remember like being a little teenage girl and being like, he's just so lovely.
Yeah, it genuinely, the entire thing just felt like a D&D adventure in like the best way, because it was just fun. It was just a fun adventure. It was a really entertaining movie.
There were
Yeah.
genuine laughs here and there.
I had he's and who's. And like the entire thing of needing a like mermaid's tear and what they were doing to try and get that, it's like, wow, that's fucked up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm trying to like remember everything in the movie because it had been so long. Because that was like the first thing we fucking did at this. Like I think same day after
Yeah,
the podcast.
that
we watched
night
the
we
movie.
watched it. Chalk does not have any Pirates of the Caribbean notes, so I've got nothing to read from them. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
I watched the. Let's say I rewatched the first one. Saying that it impressed me that I didn't really pay much attention to in my like when I originally watched it. It was just that the sword fight between Sparrow and Turner in the blacksmith shop.
At the very beginning.
Yeah, like it kind of emphasized just how skilled both were with a blade. The fact that Will could dual wield effectively. Like, it's not like, oh, he just picked up a second sword and just waved it around Willy. No, he was actually pressing Sparrow with it. And just then the fact that Sparrow could hold off someone who was dual wielding.
You could see the expression on his face while it's happening too, that once the second sword comes out and he's having to defend himself, you can see his face scrunch up like, well, shit, I have to try. Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, like, this isn't right. Why am I trying? I'm Jack Sparrow.
Do you know what one of my favorite moments in the first film is, Ronzi?
What?
When they're walking it in the boats under the ocean. That's one of my
It's-
favorite moments.
I mean, it's accurate.
It's
Like,
not.
I know it
Is it-
is. Well,
but there's no, because then they have like diving
I
bells.
swear Mythbusters did this.
Mythbusters did this and they found that it was impossible.
Yeah.
Because my For You for that first week of this month was nothing but Pirates of the Caribbean related things because I watched one movie and I got a lot of Mythbusters stuff and I was like, damn, I like Mythbusters.
Mythbusters is great. Now
Yes.
I was trying to explain. I think I referenced this the other day, and I don't think you knew what it was, Mox. But Karonzi, you will Brainiac.
No.
Do you know what Brainiac is, Karonzi?
It
used
was
to be
wasn't
on
it was
TV.
it was an old
Oh,
an older
Brainiac
not
was so good. It was like a B-man's Mythbusters.
yeah, it was like I think it was definitely more catered towards kids.
Yeah.
But it was
so good.
essentially a science thing over here in the UK, a science show.
Oh, it was great.
I have to step away
And
for a
they
second.
did the
now. I
same
have to
thing
use
where
the
they used to
bathroom.
like try and test things.
I was aware of it, never watched it because it was far past my time.
So good. It had Richard Hammond in it.
Okay, that honestly is surprising. I can kind of see it, but yeah, I mean, like, you know, he ends up going on to Top Gear. Do we go to the next pirating then?
We can go to the next pirating.
Or have we lost Mox?
Yeah. Mox is gonna piss.
He's in the bathroom.
Okay.
He's in the
have to wait.
bathroom, boy. Oh.
Well, in that case, then, well, Mox isn't here. Do you know what that means, chat? If you're sitting on your Prime subs, why not give your Prime subs here to Mr. Mox? If you can, if Twitch is up, that is, if it will allow you. I forgot about that. That's a problem.
Never mind.
If Twitch is broken, that might not happen.
In regards to the next topic we will be talking about, I miss the first intro they had for One Piece. I miss it forever.
Or maybe give it to Karonzi. You can,
Yeah.
but right now we're on Mr. Mox. Yeah.
Got some pretty
This
good
is it.
intros though over time, eventually.
The current one I just don't care for. I don't give a fuck.
I've got to be honest. Like, I will watch the intro once. I think I'm not really watching them because it is like you've got the black bars down the side and it's like it's a freaking square image and I'm like, I understand why. It's like late 90s, early 2000s, but
Yeah.
still.
We are very early 2000s.
My general thing is if I don't care for an intro, I'll watch it for the first episode and last episode of the season. But otherwise, I'll skip it. If I like the intro, I don't skip that shit. I never skip it. Which was
So
very, which
the
was
current
very
intro
beneficial
that
when
they
watching JoJo.
yeah the current intro that they have, I'm like, you introduced this far too early
Mm-hmm.
because it gives away the new crew member.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I understand narratively because I mean, it's the same if we at least look at Slime. Their first season, the intro that they have there has a fight between Rimuru and Hinata. That fight does not exist. That fight never happens.
See, honestly, I think that's really funny is if they put scenes in the intro that just doesn't exist in the series ever and you just gaslight the audience.
Yeah.
I think that's funny as fuck.
Like, there's
Like,
a
in
character in it.
trailers, that shit pisses me off. In an intro where arguably nothing in the intro could be real, that's funny.
There's a character that is essentially created and introduced that's given to one of the other characters as like an underling for them. They show them before they become that character, and it's like, who the hell is that? We never see this character. No, you do. You see them once they essentially have evolved and ascend and like become the new thing. That's at the very least, for reference, that is Beretta. If you watch the show, if you watch the show, there is naming conventions that Rimuru uses dependent on the race. For the demons, they are either named after supercars or firearms.
All right. Got American flavored autism, got it.
Even though he's Japanese, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with the next pirate thing then. You have actually watched your first proper major One Piece arc now. Congrats, guys. So proud of you.
We didn't
Yeah,
need to
be
watch
proud of-
the
Be proud of those two. I didn't finish yet.
That's good.
I'm working on it.
Alabasta.
We
You
didn't need to
sound like
watch
you
that
started it,
whole-
which is okay.
I did
Yeah.
start it, but I didn't get to any like big showdown or anything yet.
We didn't need to watch the ones that are like, oh, this the individual episodes centered on the characters, right? At the
I
end.
don't know.
So I don't believe so because I don't know what you're talking about.
So what was the last thing that you ended up?
No, because Runzi, I'm setting them One Piece, and you're watching actual One Piece, aren't you?
Yes,
So
I'm watching the actual
can't-
episodes.
I cannot explain what you've looked at. I haven't watched it in, I don't know, 2 years.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
To quote Chalk, ha ha ha, uh-oh, my buffer is slowly disappearing. I am past Skypea at this point, but I am slowly losing ground to One Pace. That is all his notes on this, by the way.
Well, he's already watched it, so I feel like that's like completely fair.
So I also
He's
have
further in the game.
my own notes. I think I put them in my Mox Moments thing on my own server. Yes, I did. I finished watching Alabasta on the 18th this month because that's when I put down my feelings and thoughts on things. It was rough, but I'm done with the Alabasta arc for One Piece for the podcast. Which, by the way, I'm not sure if it's Arabasta or Alabaster because
I still don't know to this day.
it seems to flip flop.
I still don't know. It flip flops, and every time I Google it, it flip flops.
Yeah. So
I no. Well, hang on. The island is one name, and then like the capital city is very
No.
similar.
No.
No.
No. I think it's just lost in translation.
That is also highly possible.
See, I think it is just a fuck situation because having the name Alabasta, but the letter L doesn't fucking exist in Japanese, so it's Alabasta.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what's happened.
So like technically both are correct.
very stop and go with its story, and by the time the big confrontation, I was kind of done with Baroque and all of its tomfuckery. I did really enjoy Vivi and wonder why she didn't join the crew, but I suppose that may have been so Nico Robin could be added. I've been told that I like Nico a lot, and I certainly hope so. Her power seems neat, and she has a cool face. I'm glad she ditched the, feather cowboy look. Was not a fan. Well, fuck Crocodile. That's all I have to really say about that. I did find that I like Smoker a lot. Him and his second actually seem really interesting, and I'm glad they're willing to look away in the name of actual justice. Overall, I still don't feel that One Piece is for me, but this has been the best I've watched so far. Maybe we'll see if me and Nico are gonna click. Those are my quick thoughts.
Yeah. It's so I just love that you guys are at the start of it, and where I look now, I'm like, Vivi's now got a storyline kind of again, loosely. She's not actively in it right now, but there's a storyline going on with Vivi, and it's all tying together in very weird ways. And I think back to where you guys are at, and I'm like, wow, look at that.
I feel like Vivi just keeps going through it, and at times it feels mean-spirited.
Yeah.
They make her
Usopp still irks me.
Yeah.
Usopp is
I would agree.
awful.
She does go through it.
Yeah, no, she has a rough time with it.
I think it's just because I think it is as well because she's a woman, and she's in this world where she is very actually looked down on.
I was so done with Baroque by the time they all got their asses beat.
That's fair. And thankfully, they never appear again.
Oh, thank God.
Good.
Because that
Baroque
mole
are
lady
dead.
annoyed the shit out of me.
The Baroque are
Her
dead.
Number 4. And
It's
the dog.
it's it was so annoying that like the millions and billions, they all have either a tattoo or they're wearing their name on their outfits and no one is questioning it.
Right, all of the Baroque tattoos we see from the people who double crossing people from the sidelines, and it's just like Baroque on their arm. And it's like no one asked about that. No one thinks that's weird.
Yeah,
Do you know what I remember like bits and pieces of this arc, right? But the one thing that sticks in my head the most is Luffy in the sand, dehydrating.
Mhm.
That's like the only bit I remember clear as day.
so many times.
It's just him like buried upside down in the desert, dying.
When it
Um,
was like, oh, how are we going to defeat Crocodile with his sand powers? I was just looking at him like he's going to be defeated like every other sand-based villain in any media. Water. Holy shit, that's how you beat him.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing I did want to talk about with it is talk about like devil fruit powers, because I feel like we're starting to like get into them more now, like, and so I thought like we could talk about the fact that there's different types of them.
There seems to be way more devil fruit than I thought there was, and it seems like it's never ending.
There is basically nearly a devil fruit for kind of anything that you could imagine. So,
Yeah.
like one of the ones there's a soap one. So you've got this kind of two ones. There's either animal ones or there is elemental kind of ones. So you're either
Does
like
Chop
an
Chop
element
count as
type thing.
element?
No.
Yes.
No. Oh, chop chop.
Yes.
Because it's not an animal, so it
No,
has to be an element.
no,
Yeah.
my ass fucking.
So
just
you've
went
got
chopper,
you've got
not
animal ones and you've got like
Chopper doesn't
I'll
have
call them
devil fruit
elemental. They're
powers.
not elemental, but
Yeah, I
they
saw a
are.
very weird one in doing a little bit of research into the fruits, and I saw that some of them are incredibly weird and situational.
Yeah, so
Chalk.
there's
It's either they give you like the features
Okay,
of an animal,
so-
or they give you the features of like an object.
let me re-explain. There is three. There are three types. We normally talk about them as two, but there are three types. So you've got the Zoan ones, which are ones that are animal based ones. So you turn into an animal, and then the thing about Zoans is that, or like, yeah, the thing about Zoans is if the user gets really advanced with it, they awaken it, and they can have an awakened devil fruit, and they have like superpowers, like based off of that animal, like when they awaken it. But not all Zoan users will awaken their devil fruit. But that's a thing that happens only for like animal type ones. You then have what we call paramecia types, which are elemental physical trait ones. So Luffy would be classed as a paramecia. His rubber body, Chop Chop, would also technically come under paramecia, I think.
Crocodile's one
There's
would
a
be that then.
guy. Yeah, there's one that has poison. People that can change like time or like manipulate things, like teleport things. That also comes under paramecia. And then the third type are Logias. They're really rare, and but it's when someone's body transforms into an element. So Smoker is a Logia, as well as Ace. Ace would be a Logia. Anyone like Lightning would be Ice. There's one of the guys in the like Marines. He turns into magma, like lava. That would also be a Logia. So they're like the three. They're like the three types, and you kind of fall in. Every single one of them falls into one of those three, and obviously depending on the one that you're fighting will depend on how you can take it down. So like Logias, for example, which obviously Crocodile's a Logia, is you just have to think about the physical weakness of that thing in order to help defeat that thing, which is kind of what they start to piece together. Because you got to remember they're still really new to this side of the world, like they don't know what they're doing. And so like it's interesting when you try to think about, so like Luffy with his like rubber fruit, you're like, oh, how would you take that down? Like whatever works in real life is what will work in the show for that particular fruit. The animal ones, it's brute strength. It is about you are physically stronger than them because that's the only way you take down an animal, really. Especially when we start talking about there's like dragons and phoenixes and all sorts of other things.
All right.
So yeah, like we're not limited to like when we talk animals, we just mean like any type of creature. So you could be a mouse, you could be a dragon.
I think that's why what choppers is, right?
Yes, Choppers was a human fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why he comes under. Now, he hasn't awakened it, which is why he uses his little rumble balls to help him with transformations. Because animal people have, like, I think it's typically like 3 transformations that they can access. And then he uses rumble balls to access extra transformations on top of that. And then, like I said, people who like get super strong, they awaken theirs and then they have like superpower from that. And then you've got the people that can manipulate like the world around them. So let's say it's like teleportation, right? It again, fighting them is going to be very different because it's more strategy. It's like, are you actually smart enough to
Is that
fight them? So
like what Nico's got going on then? The hand, the limbs.
yes, yeah. So it's more like, so I guess like the thing by having the 3 different types kind of allows them to have different battles for Luffy because it's not just about like, oh, like crocodile, you just needed the water. Okay, so you needed like the thing around to help defeat it. Or like if he's fighting an animal type, is he actually strong enough to fight them? Like, you know, if Luffy's gonna fight, I don't know, a dragon, is he actually strong enough to fight a dragon or not? Like, because it is just a brute strength thing. And then you've also got the whole like manipulative thing, like Robin, like, are you tactically smart enough to beat her? So I think the reason, and I think they do that because, and obviously because you've got the crew, you can set up kind of different fights with different styles. So
Yeah, you've got versatility for your fights. So you're not just seeing the same fight over and over again. You don't fall
yeah,
into essentially a Dragon Ball trap.
yeah, and it doesn't become about Luffy just being strong, which is
Yeah.
or like just about Zoro like being the muscle, for example. Like it doesn't become about just one thing. It becomes like there's like layers to it, I guess, in terms of like what are you actually gonna see in that fight, which I like because I still think it like helps it change throughout as you go throughout the show.
It gives you your variety and
Um,
stuff like that. It is something that helps differentiate and break things up. It kind of reminds me of the stand rules from JoJo, how there's different stand properties, and just because one thing is a close range or a swarm or something like that doesn't necessarily it means it plays the same way as the others, but you get an idea from its classification, and then you have to kind
yeah,
of deal with its tomfuckery.
yeah. Because yeah, and I think that's like obviously I think you're right. I think the crocodile one is a little predictable because you see sand
Well,
people with other things.
it's not just like that. It's also like, well, duh, this whole thing about the rain and the lack of water and stuff like that. And then he has sand powers. It's like, oh, you've been stacking the deck in your favor so that nobody can hurt you because you're taking away your weakness.
Yeah, and then but like there's I always
Something
remember this one. There's one girl and she has the soap fruit, so she's just really slippy, and everything she touches she turns to like soap, and it's just slippy. And I just always remember watching these fights and just finding it really funny because she fights Nami, and it's just really funny to me that her one ability is soap.
slippery when wet.
Like, also, right, imagine eating a devil fruit, right, which is meant to be this horrible tasting thing, like it's meant to be barely edible, and you forced yourself to eat it just to get the ability of soap. Like, I would be
It's
so angry.
just a roulette.
Like, well,
See,
there
I
is
feel like for
technically
a
a
lot of the
book.
devil fruits, a lot of them seem like they wouldn't be super useful in like normal everyday things, but the people that acquired these powers just made them fucking work.
I
Yeah,
feel
there
creative
is
enough
also
I could make
technically a
soap work.
there is also a book of devil fruit. So technically, if you had the book, and you had a devil fruit in front of you, you'd be able to work out which one it is. Because the idea is if you eat a devil fruit and then you obviously die, that devil fruit will come back somewhere else in the world. Like, it will come back. So, like, in particular, when certain pirates with certain devil fruits have been killed, people have gone on specific missions to try and find their specific devil fruits now that it's back out there somewhere. So that's like another thing as well. Like, so certain crews again try to like stack the deck in their favor by only looking for certain ones. So they'll like try and kill people and then go and find their fruits.
I think one of the stupidest things, and they didn't really explain it, and I still don't understand how, but that damn dog.
The fucking dog. The gun that
I did not,
like
The
ate
gun.
I
yeah,
did not see the dog.
Yeah,
I don't know what the beef
so-
with the dog
so-
is. I haven't seen this dog.
it is a damn dog that is not really a dog. It's actually a gun, but it ate like a dog fruit. I think it is my understanding.
Yeah,
How
the
does
gun.
gun
The
eat?
gun. Yeah.
How does
No,
a
we
gun
don't
eat
know.
a fruit? They're like, yeah, you just do. It ate the fruit, and now when it sneezes, it fires out balls that explode.
Okay.
Yeah. Gun.
Yeah.
The gun ate the dog fruit. Not the
I-
dog ate a gun fruit.
I would love to say that this is the last time that you'd see a weapon that's like that, but it's not.
Of course not.
Of course, it's not.
In fact, there is one in an arc way later. We're like talking like episode like 900. And when I tell you this fucker pisses me off.
That's a
Because
good
it's
sign.
obnoxious. It's smart. It pisses me off.
I still have to give time for Nico to develop with the crew because her and Baroque,
do.
I felt little to nothing when she was back on the boat with everybody, and it's like, oh, you didn't tell him the information on the hieroglyphics thing so that he didn't get the super weapon. And you really care, and you're not as bad as you think, and you did all of this so that you can get revenge on him. I thought that was certainly something. At least it gave a direction for her not being as terrible, and there were certainly signs that she wasn't quite the same kind of monster as everyone else. As a quick aside, I'm so pissed that that fucking wax guy survived getting eaten by the banana crocodile. I am so pissed he survived that.
Hey, at the very
So
least,
fair.
even though, yeah, pissed he survived, but hey, they actually are like, why don't we just make him make key?
Yeah,
So-
they did
All
that.
right, okay, that's actually fucking smart.
It's nice
okay,
that they
Luffy,
got through
you can
that.
have that.
My favorite part of the like final bits of it was actually Zoro's fight with the fucking Blade Man. And him
Yeah.
having that, what is this feeling I feel when I'm close to death, this sort of I didn't dodge the rocks or anything, I just knew where to be where they wouldn't be, and he's having this sort of like becoming one with his style sort of thing, one with the world bit from Warriors, which I enjoy those parts for when like warrior characters get their zen moments like that. I enjoy a lot of Zoro's fights, especially when it comes down to not only him getting his shit rocked, but basically locking in to finally deal with stuff is fun. It does remind me a lot of his other voice actor's character of Vegeta, who does very similar things of getting their shit rocked before kind of locking in and becoming a sort of savior before getting their shit rocked again.
Is One Piece in English? Is One Piece in English?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you can do it. You
So
can do it
it's-
dubbed or subbed. You can
I
do
listen
either.
to
Okay.
it dubbed, and it pisses me
So
off
it's
that Usopp.
Sabat.
Yep, and Usopp is Krillin, and it hurts me every time.
Oh my god.
And Sanji is Trunks, and it's great.
Sorry, is this done? So are they the actual Western voice actors for One Piece?
I believe so. Yeah.
So it is just literally. Well, I mean, I guess at the time, there was the height of Dragon Ball, right? So
Yeah.
Dragon Ball was just coming down, so they needed more work.
And like listening to them and then hearing their voices and stuff like that. I have beef with Sanji now, by the way. I have actual beef with Sanji.
Okay.
And
Alright.
this is a
Please
thing.
elaborate.
This is a thing I have known about because this little characteristic of Sanji's exists in a fighting game, and it makes him unplayable. Sanji will not fight women.
No. And that is massively
Okay.
explored later down the line.
No, so there's a
Yeah.
game
It
called.
becomes a genuine problem.
It is a genuine problem,
I
and
can
I
imagine.
actually think that while it is certainly quirky, and I appreciate him being like that, I'm surprised that doesn't just get him killed.
Mhm.
I am
It has
surprised.
gotten him close.
I bet it's gotten
really
him on the
should.
verge. It really should get him killed because in the fight he has with the Wax Man, who takes just Nami's face, his body is the same. He just has Nami's face. I can't hit Nami.
I
Oh no,
yeah.
it's not the Waxman. That's not the Waxman. That's the other dude.
Oh no, yeah, it's the
copy.
Swan.
Wax-
Yeah, it's the Swan Man.
Copycat.
Right, it's the
There
Swan
is-
Man. Right, sorry.
I'm almost certain. You know, I was just talking about the Nami fighting the soap person.
Mm-hmm.
She's a woman, and I feel like that fight starts with the soap woman fighting Sanji, and Sanji's getting his ass handed to him to the point that Nami, who is infinitely weaker, steps in and is like, "Go, because I will deal with this."
I also have something to say
Jesus
that I'm not happy about
Christ.
Nami in a second too, but let me finish my bit about Sanji. And the reason I knew about this beforehand because of a game called Jump Force, which is it's not a great game. It's entertaining for certain, but it's not great. Sanji in that game keeps the characteristic that if his opponent is a woman, he can do literally no damage. He'll be able to attack him, but he will do literally no damage because he refuses to fight them, making him unplayable, and you lose in certain fights because it's just not. You can't. It's not going to happen. And that's a quirky little thing. Haha. That pissed me off in the actual video game. That pissed me off seeing that happen in the show because it's such a specific styled weakness that, unlike everything else that I can kind of nod my head and go, yeah, Kryptonite's a bitch. It's like, dude.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
especially experiencing it in a fighting game, kind of like, you know, it's designed for competitive play.
Mm-hmm.
You have basically just made a character that will never get picked because he has a hard, not even a hard counter, an ultimate counter.
You can
Like,
just be locked out of the game.
Yeah, like you play League. There are certain picks that you have that do have what are hard counters, which it's not impossible, but it makes it very difficult for you to win against your hard counter. That is quite literally you've lost. 100%. There is zero win condition for you. It is in an anime
hate that.
works great. In a game, no.
I hate that.
Just
I hate
no.
that about his character. I think that honestly, it pisses me off about him. And Nami is so much smarter than I'm just gonna be given this fucking random weapon from Usopp that made, and I'm only gonna read the fucking instructions to use it when I actually have to goddamn use it. You fucking idiot! You dumbass!
Yeah.
You should have died. Imbecile! Honestly, she was dumber than Luffy at that moment, who at least understood the shit going on and figured it out. I can't blame him for not being able to immediately beat the Sandman. There's some trickery he had to figure out. There's some things outside of his control. I get that. Nami, you had the fucking instructions this entire adventure since you stopped off the boat and didn't think to read them until your life was on the line? Idiot!
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yep.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Can't argue with that one.
No.
Honestly, it's another bit of she should have died. She should have fucking died right there.
Yep. I am with you though. Zoro is my favorite, and typically Zoro fights are my favorite.
Zoro fights seem to be the shit.
I prefer Zoro fights over Luffy fights
Agreed.
most of the time.
Zoro is definitely the fun one.
Zoro is
And-
also one of those characters that just hard scales, and like he kind of never stops, Whereas like I feel like people like other people have like moments where they like halter or they stop in his progression. But he is like a true warrior and he's just like, I'm gonna get better from every single fight. And it's like so good to watch because like you know the next fight you see him in will be different and better from the last one.
He also is just a dude. He has his cursed sword, sure, but like I don't believe those are really influencing him. From everything I have seen so far, they're just cursed, and he's like sick. I
Like, I
love
mean,
this.
I
Well,
mean, he's already
the rumor is
got
it
problems.
the rumor is that the swords are what has given him his directional challenge.
That's
That is the
hilarious.
curse.
That is
That
hilarious.
is a one fan theory. Is that the curse of the swords is what makes him so directionally challenged?
And I can see it. I mean, because they don't explore what the curses are. They're just saying, oh yeah, it's cursed.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, okay, the directional changes. I don't think he ever got lost prior to having those swords.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you gotta
you
think
don't
he
see
used to
him
be like a
much.
bounty hunter going out and
Yeah.
hunting people down. And
Like,
then
you know,
like
he can't have been directionally challenged if he was a successful bounty hunter.
yeah, so that's one of the fan theories is that's what's caused his directional challenge. This is this curse from the sword.
Yeah, I think he just didn't have any idea what the curse was for it, and I think he
He
just
also didn't give
wanted.
a fuck.
No, he really didn't care.
No, well, no. I mean, the author had no idea what the curse was going to be, so kind of just he just had. Essentially, like, what was one of the first ones where he's like directionally challenged? I can't really remember. Just
It's just
obviously,
constant.
it is a concept. But when was the first instance of it happening? I don't think it happened prior to this arc, did it? He got lost. No, he got lost. Didn't he get
No,
lost
he
on
did.
Little Island?
Well, there's lots of moments where you see his character in the background going to walk one way and then like people dragging him the other way before he actually gets lost. But yeah, he
But
might got lost.
yeah.
He
I
ain't
obviously
just a clueless boy.
definitely in Alabasta, he ends up in a like what looks like an oasis in a jungle outside the city.
Yeah, he's by far one of my favorite characters.
No, he's been the one that I've been
Robin
listening
will
to.
grow on you, Mox. There's a whole arc about Robin and like her backstory and like who she is, and I feel like the development that you get in that, I feel like you'll really like that for her.
I am curious about her.
Same. We will
She's probably, I would say, one of the most interesting characters.
She certainly has an interesting power.
Her power, like, goes crazy places.
I bet you just spawn
Like,
limbs out of
when
shit.
she doesn't just even do that later on. Like, there's some stuff she does, and I'm like, how the fuck are you doing that? She's just crazy.
Do we summon our vanguards? I was trying to remember the phrase. I was trying to remember
Ride the
phrase.
Vanguard.
Ride the vanguard. Yeah, are we ready to ride the vanguard?
Ride Vanguard.
We can ride the Vanguard.
Or stand up Vanguard.
Stand up, my Vanguard.
Only I think only 3 people end up doing it.
So
Yeah, you haven't met the third one yet.
I'm gonna read off Chalk's thing before we get going. I will admit that Chalk and I talked a lot about Cardfight Vanguard. And so we're probably gonna have some similar things. Let me talk. I'm sorry you're having these issues, everybody. I know at least one of our streamers that were on friendly terms with Eloine has actually canceled their stream because shit's fucked.
It's
Mhm.
borked. It's
Yeah, I'm
really
not
borked
surprised.
out
It's bad.
here.
Yeah.
Cardfight Vanguard. So, like, I'm very mixed on this. I think it has some serious pacing issues, like the drive checks kill any excitement I might have had when watching the duels, and the constant MC losing is rough. I do appreciate what they're trying to do with it. The show has some interesting ideas there, but they get buried under the various anime trope nonsense. The only characters I care for are the store staff peeps. I like them a lot. I think there's potential for a good show, and supposedly it gets better later, which I can see it being. I
Yeah,
echo some similar things in that.
I think the reboot that they done in 2018, which I'll at least put my hand up. I've not watched that. Because when I went to go and rewatch it, I'm like, why is this different than what I remembered? I went to go and watch the original. But I think the reboot that they ended up doing addressed a lot of those issues and made it a little better, apparently. But I'm not 100% sure.
I'll talk about my adventures with Cardfight Vanguard. I sat down and watched the show while I had the video game loaded up on the side and playing it simultaneously, learning how the game worked alongside what the characters in the show of figuring out. And I will admit, it did take me a bit to get an understanding with it, but there is a side of the game that is also part of just a mechanic with it that I'm not the biggest fan of. And it is those checks. The damage checks and the drive checks are things I don't like. For those at home who don't know, and maybe Snoo, because I don't think Snoo watched, you have a board that you're playing for the game that has 6 positions that you can put dudes down on. The center frontmost position being your Vanguard, who is your actual important person. If they get attacked and you are not able to defend it, you take damage. That requires you to take a card off the top of your deck, flip it forward, see if it has a symbol in the corner, and whether it does or not, it goes into a place called the damage zone, and if you get 6 cards in there, you lose. Kind of. I say kind of because one of those things you can get is called a heal, and that lets you
damage back.
You can remove that 1 damage you get, but you still have to put the damage you drew back into the thing. This can save you in certain instances or so. It's a sort of theatric side of things, because you can get things that increase the overall power of your dudes, which is nice for getting over defenses. You can increase the damage they can do, which can help kill opponents faster, especially if you draw that and the damage and the attack has already gone through. I had a dude drop me to half health very quickly with that once. I was not happy. I was not fucking happy at all. And then they have what I call the schoolyard bullshit that never comes up in the show, but comes up in the fucking game. And it is a single card you can have in your deck that when you draw, boosts the attack power of, I think, only a couple of your guys by 1,000,000.
It's you get depending on the over trigger, because all of the over triggers all do different things depending on the clan. And even in the clan, there's 2 over triggers that do different things. But yes,
make sure they're in the same clan though, guys.
Make sure they're in the same
That'll
clan.
screw you over.
If you don't, you can't do the things. Mixing things does not work. We will get to them. I did eventually find something that worked for me, and I actually have a whole deck. I'm not going to go over the whole deck, but over in the Thursday thing, I'm going to share this in... Let's see here. I don't want to put it in the textile because I have my recommendation in there. I'm going to put this in fucking Mock Zone. I found a Vanguard I liked and built an entire deck around them. Which, I mean, you're going to look at this and be like, yeah, that's a Mox card. That's a Mox-ass card.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's cool.
It's a very cool thing. They're called Mysterious Rain Spiritual Zorga. They have a very interesting style deck that kind of revolves around a lot of sacrificing of your dudes and things for great strengths. And then if you do so, you are able to get even more strength, and it's a little bit to wrap the head around, but I do enjoy the comboing that comes from it. As far as playing the game, I can see how people will enjoy this. I've enjoyed my time now that I do understand what I'm doing, and I appreciate that I was able to actually make a deck with some really cool stuff. I don't think Cardfight Vanguard is necessarily for me, but I don't think it's bad. I would never call it bad. I just think I don't like that that complete element of randomness to it because I can't plan for it. Like with Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh at the very least, I can stack the decks. I can make arrangements to like even in the worst set of hands I can get, I can work with it and figure out some way to strategize around it. And I can't get mad at like activating a trap card because well, that shit was there. It was there. I walked into it. I literally saw it there and took the gamble and oh no, I paid for it. Here's to hoping I can deal with it. Or at least with Magic's case, when the motherfucker over there with blue mana has not spent any of their mana on their turn, I probably shouldn't fuck with them, otherwise they're gonna obliterate me on my own turn. Just learning the little archetypes like that. I can't say that though. I'm that guy. I'm that asshole with the blue deck. Getting away from
I
the.
think we've asked this.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, you. I was just going to tangent into the Magic. I'm just going to say that I've already said we have discussed it before as to which deck do we think others would play.
I can at least say mana elements. I don't know about specific decks. I'm not that into the Magic scene as much.
Yeah, no,
as you.
I meant like which color.
But I would say that Snoo would be green because of all of the creatures. They like their animals, and there's a bunch of dragons and stuff like that. I feel like Trinky would be probably either a white mana or they would be a red mana. Partially for the strategies, partially for the way that all the white cards like to sort of link together, and red so that they can just set us on fire and be done with us.
Accurate.
I think
Yeah.
I think Sylaps would be colorless.
Yeah.
Just colorless artifacts. I think Chalk would probably also be red for different reasons for the creatures that come with it more so. And I think because of the planeswalkers that are tied to red are more up their alley. And I think that Lotus would be playing Uno.
Yeah, fair. What would be mine?
Oh, yours?
Yeah,
Black
you
and,
never
black,
said.
black and blue.
Yeah, fair.
Black and blue. I think I don't need to say
Fair.
much more. What about me, Ronzi?
I imagine yours would be blue-white.
It's a pretty good combo there. I definitely have
Yeah.
a blue-white over there behind me. I think blue, white, black, almost rainbowy is the kind of things that I used to like to do because I'm a madman.
That's fair.
But back to Cardfight.
Anyway,
I kind of agree with Chalk as well that I only cared about really 2 active participants in the show. One of them was Kai. Cause like I did kind of like Kai just being like, y'all fucking suck at this game. I'm better than you. I'm not gonna waste my time with this shit. I kind of enjoyed that, and seeing how everyone played, I actually found myself towards the end being like, oh no, he was in the right. You guys do suck.
Yeah.
And the counter seller girl. I enjoyed her because she was kind of in the same lane of
Misaka.
you guys are awful. I'm just gonna do my thing over here and not get involved with it, but my boss keeps making me play with you guys.
Yeah. Uncle, why do you keep doing this?
Why? My parents died from this game and they never taught me to play and I have trauma.
Yeah.
Their Joey Wheeler is not fun. He is obnoxious.
I would hesitate even calling him a Joey Wheeler. Like, he's worse than Joey.
He's worse than Joey because while Joey fucks up, he does learn, and then he gets into his weird gambling niche, which is not a good idea, but at least you can be like, it does keep things kind of interesting when the dice come out.
So I'll give at least a little bit more context about Morikawa. So obviously, all you see him is he is playing very unbalanced decks because he puts a lot of emphasis on grade 3s.
Yes, he does.
There is a point in the story, and this is what really irks me actually about his character in this original iteration. I don't know whether he gets any better. But they actually give him a structure deck. Like one that quite literally the manager just gives him one off the shelf and says, "Here, use this." He is a fucking beast with that deck. If you give him an actual structured deck that is properly balanced and tuned, he will dominate. And Shin is quite literally trying to teach him, like, this, look, you're good. You know what you're doing. If you have this deck, you're great. What he takes away is with, oh, these grade 3s are fantastic, and goes, and instantly he's back, like the next episode or two, back to his old fucking ways.
Oh my god.
Learns nothing. He is arguably one of the strongest fighters in the series that is deliberately hampered by the writing because they wanted a comic relief.
I don't enjoy most of the characters who are on the screen at the current moment. I do understand things change as it goes on, and that there are things that make things interesting. I don't care for the main character because, at least at the start of this, and I do see him getting more confidence, his shy nature is not something that I enjoy watching develop, because it's not something I think helps push the plot forward. I do appreciate the show for what it is, at least at the moment, of being a more down-to-earth thing of people in card shops just playing things, and like the fantastical elements are the power of our imagination. That's fine. And in fact, I appreciated the show for at least the start of this, because that's fun. That's kind of real. That's how it is. I know that's what I did when I was over there playing at card shops and stuff like that. I was mentally imagining the battles and things like that. But he's so shy, he's willing to just kind of give up on everything, and it'll be an inconvenience. I'll be a burden. I can't do that. What will they think if I did that? Like, come on, man.
Like, he is completely wrapped up in his insecurities.
There's the prodigy child, which I have dueled against people like that. In fact, I was in a championship against a child like that, and I sort of won because, unfortunately, during the tournament they had to go to bed during our final match, so I won by default. But you just heard bedtime, and then they just disappeared.
Oh no.
That was a hoot. Anywho, the prodigal child is so girl crazy for the main character's sister, and he has his own girl problems with that pirate child girl who is like threatening to get married, and it's like, you are in elementary school. This is not how this works. This isn't legally binding. What the fuck is even all of this? I understand anime tropes, but sometimes reality sets in when this is supposed to be a down-to-earth story. Children cannot engage in wedding games. Anyway. I guess I don't really have beef with their teacher. I just think he's weird for hiding who he is. Why can't a teacher play games? Why can't a teacher play card games with their students? Like,
yeah.
What's the problem? Trinky, tell me, as a teacher, if you were to go play card games with your students, would there be an issue?
Oh. Yeah, so many problems.
Okay.
Well, no, right. technically, inherently, no. No. Like, I go to the gym with my students, and that's not obviously with them, but I go to the gym and I see them there.
Yeah.
It's not weird because it's the place that you're at. I feel like if he was into it and he turned up there and he happened to bump into them there, that's fine. He made pleasant conversation, it didn't seem particularly creepy. That's okay.
Yeah, I mean,
If
like,
he then intentionally started going there to see them,
That's
when we
I
have a problem.
I could get that, but he just entered a tournament, but because his students are there, he's disguised as a fucking ninja because he's a ninja fanatic.
That sounds like something I would do.
And then
he's
If my
Mr.
students
Mark
are
is a
around, I'm in
lot
a
of fanatic.
disguise.
He's a
If there's a
fanatic about a
chance
lot
my
of
students
things.
will see me,
Mm.
I will be hiding.
Yeah, I think that because I think that's more what it is. Like the kids, like Sendo realized who he was and really didn't care. He was more confused as why is he hiding?
exactly.
I think that's
would care.
no. What the thing is that he didn't care that he was there. It was more of a case of questioning like why hide. And I think your students would probably be the same. It's like yeah, they would care. There's this thing you're
Mine would
there
call
and
me out
everything.
there and then. Mine would be like, they'd be calling me out to my face.
Miss, are you a nerd?
Which I think then is then leading into Sendo's or Aichi's fucking insecurities is that he's not going to call it out because it would be a burden.
Tell you who actually was one of my preferred characters. His little sister.
I could agree with that. She was fun.
She was fun, and watching her then like try and learn it and like actually trying to be supportive and like being there for her brother, I was like, actually, I really like you.
Yeah.
The main dickhead, what's his name? Someone help me out.
What does it look like?
Which
the
one?
dickhead. The
The
dickhead.
Oh, Morikawa.
No.
The one that was bullying. Oh no,
The one they idolize.
Oh, Kai, the one I liked.
Kai.
Oh my god, I hate him.
That's fair.
Oh, I cannot stand him. He is just an asshole. I'm
He is.
sorry. You might be good at a game, but you were an asshole. And the fact that being good at this game is basically your whole personality tells me that you're actually not that fucking cool. So let it go.
So
Like, stop belittling these kids. Get over it.
that's fair. Whether you agree with it or not, there is some development and reason as to why he ends up like that.
I figured
Always got a
there's
tragic backstory. They always do.
I figure there's something to it because in the intro he's up there with everyone else, like rubbing shoulders, like buddy with them. It's like so he has to get better at some point.
Well, they do, don't they? Like there's the moment where you know there's something up because she's like asking him about his background, and he's like gets uptight and refuses to answer. So like you
Yeah.
know that there's something going on, and then they talk about him moving neighborhood. Like someone talked about seeing him in a certain neighborhood or something, and like you just kind of get these underlying currents that there's something going on, but it doesn't mean you have to treat everyone else like a dickhead.
Yeah, because he said, oh yeah, we lived together. He moved away and then he moved back and he changed.
Yeah.
Because both his closest friend and Sendo were like, or Aichi are like, yeah, he's different than what he was.
Yeah.
And that is learned, and it's kind of slowly been introduced.
Yeah, it just makes me laugh because he's actually like the biggest dweeb of them all, and yet he's just bullying these small children.
I mean, wouldn't you? Bullying children makes me feel powerful on the internet.
I mean, I do it on the daily, so don't talk about it. It's the only way I teach.
You know what? I'm gonna go on the internet right now and I'm gonna bully a child. Snoop, come here.
My new students that are starting in September are not ready. They're gonna see me on their timetable and they're gonna be like, "Oh," and then their older siblings are gonna tell them stuff about me, and then it'll be like, "Haha."
Oh, this redheaded motherfucker in the show is clearly a problem.
The
That-
red. Oh, the
red
one that
at
like,
the end.
we meet at like the
Oh,
end.
Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ren.
that dude is a problem.
Yep.
He has
The
problem
Trojan guy.
written all over him, and something tells me that he has absolutely killed somebody. everything in my body is screaming he has committed a murder.
He's giving psychopath
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
So yeah, they obviously leading into things. They have started touching on essentially the core thing going forward. It is delved definitely. It is basically becomes, I would argue, the focal point of the story.
I like his fit. I'm looking up these characters as you guys are talking about.
Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about?
Ren.
Yeah, Ren.
I like his fit.
But yeah, so you're starting to see like the whole premonition stuff that they had going on. Those little sparks that were flying across.
Mm-hmm. His fucking eye.
That is, yeah, all of that is what kind of is the thing going forward. I thought it was introduced a little earlier than this, but no, like a lot of it is just leading up, just introducing you to the game.
I will say, like,
then-
I was kind of like Mock, because I kind of had it on in the background whilst I was doing other things. It was very easy to have one in the background.
Mhm.
Like, it was very easy to listen. I think, and obviously you're kind of saying that now, kind of getting into the meat of it, which I could totally see, because I was going to say, like, from what I've seen so far, there is no storyline that I care about.
I can agree with that. It's all
Like-
just kind of day-to-day things. The tournament was the
Yeah.
only thing that had any like thorough anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted you also to kind of watch that. Was it episode 26? I think is where we stopped.
24.
26 or not.
Was it 24?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I watched.
I thought
to that
I
point.
thought I thought I got up to 26. 24, I think, was the end of the tournament, right?
It was not.
I did
There was a little bit
I
more
saw
after
the end of the tournament,
tournament.
and I saw Ren and him playing the girl at the card shop.
In your exact thing, I would suggest increasing this to one. Oh, it was episode 25. But I did, yeah. 25 is where we got.
Yeah, 25, because I think that ends the Misaka arc and the resolution of her trauma.
Yeah, her and her dead family.
Oh yeah, that was sad.
It was, but
I really like her as a character.
Yeah.
I think she is probably one of the better characters in the show.
She is also just so smart. Like, and I think that's what they were trying to allude to at that point as well, wasn't it? They were like, "Oh, Ren has like memory of all of these cards, and she can also like memorize these cards." Like, they were kind of like,
Yes,
getting
it
at
comes from two very different standpoints. Like hers is she has photographic memory.
Yep.
His is something else in nature entirely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was easy. It was easy just to have one in the background. That little girl that wanted to marry that guy with the red eyes was pissing me off.
Oh, Kamui.
Yeah.
Kamui's a little shit. I dislike him so much at this point.
But but when the little sister, I actually like then preferred him because I was like, damn, you've got it rough right now. Like, you've got like a 5-year-old saying she wants to marry you if you lose the tournament. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
And she's
this
like
poor
making like
kid.
a ring and attaching like a red
Yeah, I
thread to the two of
know.
them, and it's like, dude,
I literally started feeling
Whoa.
bad for him. I was like, we've really hit that
it's like,
point.
what the fuck?
like yeah, he is annoying, but it's like he's also got it real rough.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's annoying and cocky, but like during that whole thing, I was like, Jesus Christ, she's annoying.
Yeah. What else? There was something else I was going to kind of say.
Got this, Ronzi. I believe in your
No, I haven't.
No.
I don't believe in my brain. My brain is cheese, Swiss cheese.
Oh.
Things just fall through it.
Oh. Well,
Wow.
while you're thinking, my recommendation is there, but I'm going to start with Chalk's because Chalk has a recommendation. September recommendation. I'm feeling some mecha, so I'm gonna recommend my favorite Gundam series for those who might not have seen it. Season 1 of Iron Blooded Orphans, which is not a Gundam thing that I'm familiar with, but my knowledge on Gundam is not as vast as I remember it to being. Because I remember watching the original series and then the one that I always forget the name of that has my favorite Gundam of the Shining Gundam. It with its burning finger attack. One of the worst names, but one of the coolest Gundam out there. And then on to mine. I'm evil. I'm actually evil. Because I'm recommending an experience that broke me as a person. I'm
So this
sending
is what you recommended me.
Oh, this is? Cool. Well,
Yeah.
I'm recommending you the Minotaur Maze. I'm recommending you to descend into a story that actually made me go properly crazy, and Snoo and Chalk can attest to this.
Because at one point, we saw a glitch on YouTube that we have never seen again. While Mox was crazily talking about this book, and we were watching some really long video, or he like pulled up a really long video and he was rewinding it, and instead of buffering like normal, like you would expect YouTube to do when you just rewind a really long video, a corgi came across the timeline scrubber and ran across the screen, and all of us were completely dead silent as we watched this happen. And we have never seen that happen again. And Mox wasn't sure if he was the only one seeing that or not because we weren't reacting.
And I was just staring at the TV, and I felt my whole world crumbling around me. I'm recommending to you all the book House of Leaves. But I don't, for one, I don't want you to simply read this book because that's not how you experience this thing. This is a book full of lies, treachery, mazes, and secrets. There are codes hidden in this. There are messages hidden in this. There are stories hidden in this. And the current version of it includes things to assist with that process that you will see in the form of the editors. There are 2 authors, and technically a third if we really want to be pedantic, that are exhibiting this. And a certain individual by the name of Johnny, who is the one who's sort of compiling everything. And then we have a dead blind man who is recalling a film he watched, the Navidson Accord, or the Navidson Accord, that is being written by someone else for him as he is reviewing the incident that happened on this film. How does a blind man review a movie? Where did all of this come from? Why is the word house always blue? Why is the word Minotaur always red? When you see things at the bottom that recommend checking things out or referencing them, feel free to. Do not necessarily go through this book straightforward. You will also see that the layout of the book will change. Follow the symbols, follow the signs. And for those of you who want more, some explanations on certain things, and maybe even an alternative if it does get too much. Like, I don't think I want Chalk to read this. I have linked a series of videos that go over this well by a creator that I really enjoy, who did a good job and also got me into this, named Nightmind, to help with this. If you are able to read the book, I'd recommend it. There is an online version of it that you can read. I think it takes away some of the experience because the inside of the book is bigger than the outside of the book for a reason. But you can still get the same kind of experience for it. I want to see what you guys can find. I want to see what you guys can dissect from this, because this is a mystery. Hopefully you don't get lost in it like I did.
Bronzy definitely will.
I'm going to see if I'd already wishlisted it on Amazon. I'm looking at it, and if I was to buy it on Amazon, I wouldn't get it until next weekend.
I'm recommending
I'm
this
not got it on
also.
Prime.
I'm also recommending this to Shin in particular. I sent them a link to the thing on there because I think Shin might actually be able to enjoy this story. If they do, cool. If they don't, that's fine. There's no obligations there. Snoo probably gonna watch the videos.
Yeah.
So that's mine and Chuck's.
Yes,
Interesting.
I'm
So
going to
there's
assume
a
you don't have a
hardback.
recommendation this month.
What?
I assume you don't have a recommendation this month.
Not until I get any of my big projects done, and then I'm gonna make you guys be beta readers for me.
Ah, yes.
So it's like I don't even know if that shit would be done by like next year or not. So
We will see.
just assume I will never have a recommendation until I say otherwise.
It's
Yeah.
fine, friend.
Very quickly, Mox, do you recommend the version you've linked the image of?
Yes.
Because I found there's I'm not sure if it's a newer one or not, but I found a different one by the same author that I could get by Saturday.
Send me the link for that one. The one that I recommended is the one that I read. That does not mean that there aren't other ones. The one that I recommended is not the original edition. It is the second edition, I believe. Also,
It's like this is a binder.
Also, you
edition.
should read every page, including the beginning of it. Those little parts that's like the I dedicate this to blah blah blah. No, read those. Absolutely read those.
Okay. So read it cover to cover.
Yes, I'm very serious. Let's see here. I think that looks like an older version of this. And yet there's a thumbnail of it that looks like the one that I'm familiar with as well, I see, for some reason.
The paperback version that I see is like of a both of them I think are like door handles. One of them is in like black and white, one of them is in a sepia tone.
Is that a door handle? I think it is, but I'm not sure.
It's a door handle from the inside.
This looks like it should be fine. Truth of it, this is probably one of my most favorite books of all time, even though it hurts me. And unfortunately, I am going to be going back through it myself. God help
okay.
me.
So this looks like it's a UK only. I just read down to the description. It says a special hardback edition with foil cover, the first ever UK hardback publication of the cult horror classic, featuring a special embossed maze case design and a full color text. Get ready to
they have
rediscover
some fun
the
things.
terrifying, thrilling, and mind-expanding, immersive classic horror that redefines the boundaries of a novel.
Yeah, I do.
So I think this is probably fine.
This is
That's
probably
fine. I can get
fine.
that.
I'm seeing some things at the bottom part of it. That's crazy that they're just putting that out there, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Oh, the worms are back.
I also just went back down. I also went further down. Customers who bought this item also bought.
And one of the
Something to
first
do
things in there is the
Cthulhu?
fucking king in yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because one of my runs was the Call of Cthulhu.
Different versions of the King in Yellow. I see 3 versions of the King in Yellow so far, just scrolling through it.
There is no anti-memetics division. Yeah, I see 2 versions of the king in yellow there, and then the second edition book that I recommended.
Okay, well, my recommendation this month is a game.
Oh.
A game that only came out this week. And it is because I'm being lazy and I'm going to have a tough month. So making it easy. So it's I've sent it to you all on Steam. It is an idle game because I love a little idle game. And
Fair.
this is idle in the truest sense of it because it sits on, you can choose what size window you want it to be, and it sits on the side whilst you do everything else you want to do. So it is idle. And you are it's called Desktop Detective. It's publisher is Playosaurus, the same people that made Clicker Heroes. So it is you're a little guy who is solving cases as a detective, and you are basically just solving them, upgrading your stats to solve them faster and better, using the money, restarting. It's classic, you get it. But it just sits in a tiny little window, however big you want it, whilst you do everything else you want to do. And it literally came out this week.
Got a friend request from somebody that I don't recognize. Ignore. Unless someone wants to tell me that. Yeah, I don't think I know this person. I don't think they have anybody that I'm friends with, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Not my problem. All right, Desktop Detective.
And yeah, like, you don't really have to do anything other than upgrade your skills every now and then.
I'm seeing a recommendation for our next project called The Dark Road for a thing called Deathscape, and it's still saying in bold letters, "Can you escape the dark?" And I'm like, whoa, hey, what is this? All right, so we got the video game from Snoo.
From Snoo?
No.
Yeah, Snoo. Yeah, definitely Snoo. We got the video game recommendation from
Wow.
Trinky.
Share a brain cell and a name now. Holy.
You are
Apparently,
you are
damn.
now the same. Sorry. We got a video game recommendation
one
from
and the
Trinky.
same.
We got a book recommendation from me. We got a show recommendation from Chuck. What do we have from Karounzi?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So I'm just interested to see how far people get on this game. I guarantee everyone will get further than me.
Because I'm not sure because don't want to recommend another book because I'm fairly certain the book you've recommended is incredibly heavy.
It is not.
And will
It is, and it's not. It is about like 700 pages long.
yeah, but if you're saying
I
that
did
you
buy
can
the
get
game for
lost in
talk
it,
and sent it to him too. So.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, and I will not elaborate.
yeah. So I don't really want to recommend the next book at this point. I mean, this is an idle game. I could recommend a game, but it's which one?
Fair.
Yeah, this is an idle game.
Wow, that's so weird. Final Fantasy 14. That's
I was gonna wait on that one at the very least.
oh no!
I feel like if you guys do that, you need to double up, and both of you do it.
Yeah,
and do it for joint
that's-
recommendation.
I'll be honest. I
That's
was actually
fair.
going to suggest that to Mox that we do that as a
If
double
you ever do
one
it,
because there's
just
a
make
lot
it
of
a
time.
joint
Because it's a
thing,
bit, yeah, it's a big thing. So that'd be
It's
a
a
big
bit
thing that
much.
I could understand that one. But that could be a later thing. Because it wasn't in the plans.
You know, I think we're on the same wavelength there, Mox. Okay. So at the very least, I think this is definitely one that Mox will have played.
Little old me.
Little old you. Maybe Snoo, probably Chalk.
So just not
Mox, I
Trinky.
don't know. Yeah, I know that Mox definitely has. I'm going to suggest Bloodstained.
Ah, I see. Okay, fair enough.
I'm just wondering, just like to what I think, just I'm not even sure if an ending because it's a very involved game.
I wish you best of luck there, Trinky. It's not a
Oh.
spooky. It's just
It's not-
hard.
It's not bad.
Oh no, it's not
I
bad.
hope-
It's
I opened
very
the
fun.
page and the trailer blasted my fucking ears out. Jesus.
I own the game. I promise you.
I just wanted to look at it, and it blew my fucking eardrums out.
It is a spiritual successor to Castlevania.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
question
you
is, are
told
you
me about
doing
this.
Bloodstained 1, 2, or Ritual of the Night? Because that matters.
Mm.
And that will decide how fucked up and evil you are.
I was because I mean, like, I haven't played 2. I've played 1, and I find that hard.
1 is very hard.
1 is very hard. I was going to say Ritual, which is why I'm like, I'm not entirely sure how far to say. Because I think that's a good intro point to it. It's not hard, it's just long.
I might have an idea, because depending on how quickly people figure this out, there is a boss early on, but not too early on, that will kick your ass. He's I'm trying to remember his name, but he's the guy who was technically the protagonist of the first Bloodstain.
Zangetsu.
Yeah, you fight him.
Zangetsu. Yeah, no, I was actually just trying to wonder. Yeah, Zangetsu. No, that's fair. Yeah,
I think getting past him will be this should be the general point, because that's a lot to get through, but it's also not. And he will rock your shit if you don't know what you're doing.
yeah, he's probably I would agree with you. He's probably
He's a wall. He's the
first-
test.
He is a wall. Yeah.
And if you get through it, cool. And if you don't, that's the point to stop at.
Which one are we playing?
Ritual of the
of the
Night.
Nights.
Guess I gotta get that installed over here too.
It's one. It's £1.39 on loaded.
Hey.
Really?
Yeah.
To give you a little bit of help there, Trinky. There is a there's a few DLC things you can get that do give you bonuses that can make this easier. Not easy, but easier. Because they give you some fairly decent outfits that have special properties. So if it does become too rough, that is an option you can go through. But this also has RPG mechanics and some other things that you can do to get bonuses. So those are options out there as well. This is a really good game, though. I can promise from my own experience, it's a good time.
Yeah, it's honestly fantastic.
It really is. And technically, it opens up me and Karanzi from recommending some of our favorite Castlevania games.
Yeah.
Experience. Die, monster!
I would argue the Bloodstained is quite literally the spiritual successor of my favorite Castlevania game.
Which one's that one?
Order.
Order of Ecclesia. You are 100% correct.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Aria games. Soma is my boy.
Oh, the Aria ones are fantastic.
All right, I am gonna have to end the stream now because I'm starting to see that my camera is acting up and I'm seeing the resources drain.
Bye.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
So this will be a fun thing for next time. Have a good one. Tune into everybody's streams. Snoo for their various art and project things. Trinky for all of the Apex action that you could ever want, and for Karanzi for various Final Fantasy things, and
whatever else there is.
Yeah, like the
Schedule 1, Alchemy Simulator.
Yeah. And join me for more Xenogears. Oh, the Xenogears. All right. Stay safe, stay hydrated, remember wash your hands. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.